Good appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard. This is LMTDETMFFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And you really should go to bed. Well, I'm not going to stop you from going to bed. I mean, you could go to bed and possibly watch this at the same time if you have the mystical technology which should allow you to do that. Or you could stay up and watch it and be really tired in the morning. I don't recommend that, but you could do it. I would appreciate it. But then again, I appreciate you just being here to send the message. I really should go to bed as well. How are we all doing today? Apart from you, who we already know is tired. I mean, you can answer again if you want. But, I think I have spoiled the surprise of you being tired by pointing out that you are tired already. Still, it's the last day of September, and here we are, ready to play a new case, or ready to play Gamedec, where we're about to start a new case. We finished up the last one yesterday, finishing off that evil sheriff, and there were some complex problems in there. A new case of what? A case of everything. Still, I don't know what the case is. A new case of solve the case. Find out who has done something bad in game. I mean, we can load it up and see what's going on. Still says harvest time on there. Let me switch on over. Turn on the game sound. And hello everybody, you can see my beautiful face. Do we wish to load this entry? Yes, of course we wish to load this entry. I said yes. Alright, maybe I didn't say yes. Maybe my button click did not work. Did you miss the whole of the last case? Well, that is a shame, because there were some complex things in there. Oh, I'll tell you what I will do. It is time to enable the voting. That I always forget about and really should remember every day, because, I'm doing it. There we are. Gamedec has done its thing. Right, so I'm just going to leave it on here for right now. Yesterday we solved the case of the people in the harvest time who were being worked to death. They were kids who were being got off the street by the Nanette Foundation. And Nanette had farmed it out to a Mr. Lebsky, but Lebsky was doing the dirty and not putting them up in the place where Nanette had hired, but putting them up in the low, in a mushroom, I believe it was called, in the low, and getting them only poor supplements and stuff, and working them not to death, but, overworking them. Because they had to pay to... Well, they didn't have to pay. They had to generate money so that the Foundation could continue to do it. And we closed all of that down and told Nanette what was going on and didn't inform the police and gave them a chance to make good on their promises. What will happen? Will there be consequences? I guess we can look at the news today and see if there's anything coming up. Also, I'm uncertain whether the kid and Mr. Levski were the same person. I think they were, but I didn't get any confirmation. And we had help from a mysterious Gamedec who we didn't know who that was. It turned out to be Ken Chow, who was the person who helped us in the first case by driving the car through the theatre walls, smashing in. And then they came to help us in their second case, and they're trying to be a Gamedec as well. So maybe now we have a partner or assistant or just another Gamedec that we can call on occasionally to help. And indeed, we were drinking with them late into the night. And I don't know whether this is the next day or a week later or what it is, but that is what we will find out today. And indeed, yesterday, All my troubles seemed so far away. They were at least 24 hours away. Or at least 24 hours longer away. So what we've got to do, contact Ken, but we need to speak to Bliss first of all. But before we do that, let's look out the window. Warsaw City, Polis. It was time to face reality. I am not sure we are even in reality, but yeah. Oh, you got a text from Ken. Can I still move? No, I can't. Alright. Hi, no idea where you turned off your walktail. What are you, a Stegosaurus? Maybe. Let's meet at Yeti's coming tonight. It's low, real low. The roof of the Undercity. I'll be waiting for you. Came across something interesting, but no point talking about it now since you're not here. See ya. I don't know what he meant by saying that my walktail was off. He could have just sensed me, but sent a text instead. It was strange. Oh, do I not need to talk to Bliss now then? I mean, let's look at everything that's going on in my apartment. Why is there a bag up here? Has there always been a bag up here? I can't interact with it, so... Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's look at the couch first of all. Virtual couch, ready, waiting, and in full order. Good. Bliss's control panel. She was the apartment's AI and my non-corporeal companion. Got nothing to say to her. Let's see what the holovision has to tell us. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Relium, yes. My name is Carla Colonna, and this is the latest news. Outrage at the Nanette Foundation. The foundation of the organizer, Nanette D, is suspected of forcing children into slave labor. We didn't report this. This has been Warsaw City News, your source of up-to-date domestic and international news all day long. Oh. That's disappointing. That is the Nanette that I was talking about from our previous case. I mean, she's suspected of it rather than it being proven. As usual, the computer recognized me and the familiar desktop appeared on the screen. Let's have a look at games. See if there's anything new from Harvest Time this time. There we go. Harvest Time. Checked what was going on in Harvest Time. So open, your cows are crying. Archer, your cows are crying. Your pumpkin patch is drying up. Will you stand annually by as your animals suffer and your crops go to waste? Earn gold coins, breathe in the fresh air, smelling of nature in the Wild West. We're waiting for you. Open, Sheriff you. Oh, open, Sheriff. You want to? Deputy. You took it upon yourself to wear the star, symbolizing your commitment to the High Rock community. They're waiting for you. I mean, I didn't. I never got a star from the guy, because I gunned down the sheriff before he could give me a star. I concluded they were the bad guy in this. If you don't show up within the next 3 days, your star will be forfeit, and the inhabitants of High Rock will be left inconsolable. Alright, and opening, your uncle is turning over in his grave. Rancher, I'm riding out of concern. Your uncle left you a farm, a nice piece of land. You've yet to touch a hoe. Shame on you. Visit your farm, get your hands dirty, feel the softness of strawberries. Use yourself in nature. You'd make your uncle proud. I mean, I don't really know that strawberries are that soft, or that that's a property that is associated with strawberries. I shot the sheriff and didn't become the deputy. Very good, very good. Alright, we've looked at games. Let's look at mail and see if there's anything. Oh, Professor Locke, Nanette, and the email from Rusty Ed's Guild. Well, Rusty Ed's Guild is obviously the most important. We could be sitting on a barrel right now. By joining our guild, you've agreed to receive our email newsletter. Oh god. Which is why this went right into the spam folder. Let's get a shot of that. Open the email from Nanette, see what she says. I would like to thank you again for handling the Foundation case. I assure you that I am wholeheartedly committed to repairing all the damage. I wonder if that changes. I mean, I don't think it will, but hey. Did you mean that? I replied with a few encouraging sentences. I hoped I wouldn't end up regretting it. Okay. And the email from Professor Locke, who was the one with the birds. Oh, we found out that the birds weren't there because of a hack that the sheriff was using. So if the sheriff is no longer logging in, Perhaps the bird's back. Dear Madam, if your interest in my research was more than misguided politeness... I didn't read on. I sent a polite reply to the tune of duty calls, time is short, and wished him all the best. Well, that's a shame. Have we got anything new on the net to find? Nope. Alright, well, we know where we're going. Go to the meeting with Ken. Oh. Is this where the game meets up with the demo? I mean, if it is, we've got a few more options because we now have new professions and things. Oh look, 1113. So I could immediately become a sleeve. I mean, that sounds wrong. I will immediately become wrapped around somebody's arm. As a sleeve. Nope. Waiting for a scalpel here. Look, did take Mindfluencer and Vox Populi. But yeah, I need one more green. And then lots more green. And an orangey yellow. And then I'm not sure where we're going down this one. So at the moment we can manipulate people in the world, or we can manipulate the games they play. We can manipulate the minds, their decisions and everything else. And soon enough we'll be able to either influence their decisions and sculpt them via the mediums they watch, or directly by altering their moods, etc. One of those things. I did actually get blue. Look, and I even have a spare blue here. I don't think I yee-hawed when I got blue, but I certainly was happy. Alright, out of the door, finally. Solid doors protected me and my apartment. Or maybe they protected Warsaw City from me. Well, I'm not going to put this to the vote, but... because, I mean, there's no game if we stay in the apartment, so let's go to the Low City and see what Ken has for us. If I'm right... well... if I'm right, Ken will never make that meeting. If I'm wrong, well, then it's an entirely new section we haven't seen before. But we did play through the demo. Vote 2. You're not getting the vote on that bit. I don't think we've read this thing on it. The roof of the Undercity is one of my favourite spots. Even though I'm standing in the lowest walkways in Warsaw, it feels like I'm on top of a mountain. No, we have read that. Oh, meet Ken near the Yeti's Coming bar. Is this where we came from? I guess it must be. Captain, the case can't be that simple. Yeah, I did, but it is gone. The boy was shot by a beacon. With all due respect, sir, these beacons don't make mistakes. Well, this one did. If that's true... do you realise what kind of position this puts me in? So yeah. Poor old Ken. Shot dead. Okay, so it just... for some reason, it just alerts me to the fact that I've got all of my points again whenever I load into a new area. Oh, we got new stuff to look at. Warsaw City. Oh, it's World. We've seen High City. What's this? Undercity. Undercity, a common name for the city ruins on which the polis were built. Undercities are mostly desolate. The only people who live there are the occasional outlaw group of primitive techno-tribes that never venture to actual polis. The ROU layer is the border of their kingdom. Undercities are sometimes raided by gangs that ransack basements of old houses and apartment buildings looking for artifacts from before the IT era. Unknown spots, Sebastian's belly blog. Isn't that the only Relium one that we had there? Did I miss one? No, let's just click them all. See if it clears it. Nope. Oh well. We'll find out what's going on. Hexel. Hexel. A fractal pixel of a three-dimensional screen. Hexels make a flat screen act like a window. Depending on the angle of view behind one can see different fragments of the three-dimensional landscape behind the screen. No idea where we were getting that. I can't remember seeing any hexels in our last case either. Oh, Relium has gone away. Adelheim syndrome. That is what the kids were possibly going to be suffering from if they kept using the speed hack. So, when we found out that somebody was forcing those kids to use the horrible speed hack in order to harvest up all of the stuff, why, we subjected them to it ourselves, because that's justice. Also, it was a kid who was running it, so we forced the kid to do exactly the same thing that we did. So now they're going to suffer from Adelheim syndrome. First detected in 2195 by Stanley Chikowski? That's not how it's spelled. That's not how it's pronounced. Looked at nanotech arts, nanotronics arts. Internal surfaces in the sensory world of Deep Dream accelerates the player's aging. As a result, introduced illegal virtual time compressing software. As a result of introducing illegal virtual time compressing software into a game. The first victim was of AS. Oh my god. Bronislaw Adamski. 2155 to 2195, so 40 years. Not bad life. Known in Dreamspace as Bruno Adelheim. He showed strong symptoms of game addiction. And B. Adamski's autopsy. Oh, okay, that's why it's called Adelheim, because that's right. It was determined that his biological age was around 95, despite the age of 40 being listed in the register. B. Adamski developed the aforementioned cheat and implemented it in Dreamspace, which allowed him to grow an impressive chain of factories. Within 3 virtual decades, he became the wealthiest man in the game. In Relium, he was a poor bachelor who supported himself by selling Dreamspace bonuses to wealthy players. The mechanisms through which game time affected the player's temporal metabolism are still being examined. The hypotheses currently being explored include DNA telomere shortening, that's the strands, which get shorter as you age. Mitochondrial DNA aging, not sure what that is. Autoimmune mechanisms, synaptic nervous systems affecting the rate of cell division, and others. No coherent theory explaining the phenomenon has yet been formulated. The problem with determining how Adelheim syndrome actually works is the inability to conduct human experiments with the aforementioned cheat. Test subjects would have to be exposed to a program hazardous to their health, which would be unethical. So far, experiments on animals introduced into sensory worlds and exposed to time-accelerating programs have yielded no tangible results. Oh, alright, there you go. Does that mean you could slow everything down as well, possibly? Alright, let's get into this crime scene. But in the conversation, Captain Balasides. Cornelia, this man, this Ken Zhao was his name? Yes, Ken Zhao, he's dead. Nothing will change that. No, not Ken. We were just going to be working together, side by side. Never mind. I mean, it's not. It is... I mean, it is not that the virtual world is more detrimental to your health than actually useful or entertaining. It is if you get addicted, or if you use cheats. I mean, it's pretty much like anything. You could say that long-distance truck driving is hazardous to your health. But we know that it is because people use speed to stay up. So, you know, it's not the long-distance truck driving that is hazardous, it's the speed they use to keep doing it. Objective failed. Meet Ken near Yeti's bar. I can't do that. Well, I mean, I still can. I can go and beat there. It's Ken who will never arrive. He is the one who is late. See what I did there? Do you see? Anyway, I understand, Captain. What you need to understand is that closing the case this way will reflect badly on our organization. That's neither your business nor responsibility, Sergeant Delia. The man was interrupted by a voice coming from the communicator. No, he wasn't. He was interrupted by somebody running up. Captain, there's a doctor here. His name's Pax, and he wants to... What? We don't need that dipshit here. Sergeant Dealer, we'll return to this later. I'm coming, Rammer. Hey! That ranger looked at me angrily. We don't let civilians in. Move along, please. Well, I don't have re-educator to threaten, but we could vet her or mindfluence her by invoking the law. What about all that stuff involving trolls and hacks? Literally trapped in the game. I mean, anywhere. I mean, you can't say that because somebody trapped them there. I mean, that's just like you. Oh, I walked down to the pub. The pub is hazardous to your health. Why? Well, because somebody locked me in there and threatened me and wouldn't let me out. Is that the pub's fault? No. You want to invoke the law. I haven't pressed the vote button. But yeah, alright. I will follow your vote anyway. New objective, get to the crime scene. If the area enclosed by the services is not classified as incommunicado, the game deck, by definition, is obligated to know the rules of the movement. Yes, allow. So because I'm allowed to know the rules of the movement within a given area, I am now allowed into this area. That's great. No need to finish, game deck. You are correct. Come inside. Cool. Find out how Ken died. Outranger frantically flipped through data on the infolio. She didn't pay attention to me. Past choices. Oh, it's you. What do you need? What past choices? Oh, is that because I haven't, I didn't bribe or not punch, but re-educate her my way in. She's being not exactly forthcoming, but not offhand either. Hey, Ken's dead. Ken was my friend. Or my colleague, or we've worked together a couple of times at least. If a pub has particular vulnerabilities that cause it to literally lock you, it would definitely expose them to liability, at least under American law. Well, that's American law. I mean, if there was a defect in the building or some such, then that the people knew about, then I believe they would still be held liable under British law. But if it was something that nobody knew about, I mean, I don't think the landlords of the pub would be liable for it. I mean, most of our buildings are far older than any of your buildings anyway. If I went to an old country pub, I'm pretty certain that the building would be older than your country. So, you know, it's not as if we could sue the builder for not building up to code. Alright, Ken. What's going on with your death? And yeah, we're being actual detective. Ken Sau's death. What's your hypothesis? Why? Did you hear the story of the cat who's trying to shove down our throats? That beacon bullshit? Oh, well. Why is the captain obstructing the investigation, or why is it bullshit? I'm gonna not ask for a vote this time. I'm gonna say, why is it? Do you think the captain is the captain obstructing it? Are you suggesting the captain is deliberately obstructing the investigation? One's first turned grey and she made a quick hand gesture, as if she were brushing dust off her armour. I didn't say anything of the sort. I'm sure the captain is acting in accordance with applicable regulations. She repeated the gesture. Oh, infotainer. Recognise the gesture. Alright, well, we're going to do that. I smiled to myself. She was recording our conversation. Aha. Okay. Now, tell me about your hypothesis, then. Okay, so what do you think happened? He was shot, that's certain, but not by a beacon. A human did this. Alright, tell me your name. Your name is Cornelia Delia. Cornelia Delia. Yes, that is quite peculiar. I say to you, pal, I didn't choose my name, or my surname. It's from the Rejuvenation era. Guess it's fine, but I hate Cornelia. It was my grandmother's name. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to look and see what exciting deduction clue thing we got. Ah. Gunshot hypothesis. That's it. Somebody shot Ken while he was hanging around near Yeti's Coming. Ken shot himself, or nobody shot anyone. I don't believe the story about Ken getting shot. It sounded horrible, but shooting yourself in the heart is the easiest way to commit suicide. Regarding the murder option, it probably fell to the Undercity. I don't think shooting yourself in the heart is the easiest way to commit suicide. I think poison is probably easier. Or slitting your wrists? I don't know. Because that would be very difficult to actually... No, we'll find out. Oh, look. Wow, look at all of these things that we can deduce. I mean, we know where this is going, if you saw me playing the demo before, which I believe I have uploaded to my YouTube channel already, just to clear out the recordings out of my hard drive. But yeah, you didn't see the demo. Well, you're in for a time. You flew here with the entire unit. Is there anything I should know about it? I wouldn't call us a unit yet. We still need to work some things out, and I'm not sure we ever will. So far, it's a group of mavericks. Oh, this is the Lone Wolf pack, is it? That would be great. Yes, you saw me. I have in that it is basically just me uploading these broadcasts that I do. That's all. There's nothing on there that... Well, I mean, there is stuff on there that you wouldn't have seen if you haven't seen all of these broadcasts, but there's nothing special or exciting on there. In fact, you know, I just started it to clear out the backlog of stuff on my hard drive. Because I record all of these videos, unsurprising, eh? And then I upload them there 2 months later or so. So, steadily working through. Yeah, I might want to add it to my Twitch description. I am so bad at that. I also, hey, when you know, I also have a Twitter, which is LMTDTMFFR, which I have posted absolutely nothing from. Which, you know, I should really, you know, be saying, hey everybody, this is where I'm going live, or you can follow me for exciting, important information about what's going on. But no, I haven't done anything like that either. So yeah, and you can also Gmail me, or email me, at lmtdtmffr@gmail. I took all of the things when I put this up, because, hey, why not? You could have seen most of the Alien series, yep. I don't have a Facebook, but yeah. Yeah, of course I got the Gmail address. Who in their right mind would take lmtdtmffr? I mean, that's crazy. It doesn't mean anything. It's just limited time offer with no vowels in it. But hey, there we go. I wouldn't call us a unit yet. Still need to work something out. Whereas so far we're a group of mavericks. Drone operator is a spoiled kid in an unbelievably expensive genskin. Captain Balasride struggles with his own demons, and then there's Tancred. Alright, tell us about the operator's genskin. Do they play by the rules, all these mavericks? I don't know, they might play by their own individual set of rules, which means that's why they clash. Alright, this guy over here, at the back, that giant thing, that's Tancred. And I know that we've got a conversational unlock thing, you know, where you've got the two different sides and you've got an unlock on either side. I remember seeing that before. That was what we had to do that in the demo. Bunch of misfits, and they all come together in the hour of need. If only they were the protagonist. Maybe they are the protagonist, and solving this Ken's case is what pushes them to get their own game. Here we are, the drone operator. The drone is using expensive genskin. Can Outranges even use those? I can. It's actually safer that way. And yes, it's terribly expensive. I've never seen one like this before. I'll send you an article. Oh. And there's Captain Balasides. Bitten. Tragic accident happened today on the side of ABs. A man has been bitten by an unidentified arthropod during a routine Outranger patrol. When the rescue team arrived, Dr. Samuel Pax, that'll be, the guy who's doing the autopsy here, made the dramatic decision to decapitate the patient, who turned out to be a civilian. Unconfirmed sources claim that the man, Michael S., didn't have the required pheromone implants that protect the Outranges against mutated fauna. Same sources suggest that the victim was closely related to Captain Barnaby B., the commander of the ill-fated patrol. The captain has initiated court proceedings regarding the decapitation of Michael S. The trespassing of the ABB by an unvaccinated civilian will be, to quote Harold Ryan, the Outranges spokesman, investigated internally. Stay tuned for sport and esports news. Don't go anywhere. Warsaw City News. 0202-2199. So, I can't remember when we're at. Alright, we'll have to look. I mean, why would you call it sports and esports? Why wouldn't you just call it sports? And presumably that's it. Got something on technologies. Mobriums. Yeah, this is the mobile brain containers. Netriums are cuboid boxes where you just put the brain in the thing, and then the Mobriums are sort of humanoid bodies where they can move around and do stuff in the relium. There's an abdomen, there's a well-protected space holding Zonet organic brain, or a Zonet, or a digital rendern. Ah, so not all robots will have their brains in their heads. They'll probably be in their chests. Oh, you can't see my doing my chest. Oh well, chest, tummy, I don't know, whatever. Tech and lots of other shinies. Yep. I don't get why you would distinguish in the future. Wow, this game really needed more QA testing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like this. 2 types of Mobriums on the market, stock and custom. Ah, Pearl shells and genskins. Pearl shells are much like stock Mobriums are mechanical. The difference is that their general shape and facial features can be modified based on the buyer's preference. Pearl shells may resemble their owner's organic covering. Genskins are the epitome of bioengineering. Whether they're vulnerable compared to Pearl shells or stock Mobriums, at a glance, genskins look just like organic people. They're comprised partially of living tissue and partially of machineries. And they draw both from batteries and food. So, what you're saying is that you are a cyborg. That's what genskins are. Alright. Here we are, genskin alpha. Zonets. They're high-end Mobriums, seeing as the alphas connect the liver brain too true to mechanical parts, become perfectly mimic a human being. They already become normal genskins are to Mobriums. To put it briefly, alphas are the ally among genskins, at least according to the manufacturer. I do not know that word. A-I-R-R-A-R-I. What does it make them so special? First living tissue is a greater regenerative capacity. Oh. Wow, they got a really pretty kick-ass skin then, haven't they? Huh. Outranges are, let me tell you, Betty, there's no real men anymore. There aren't Wilma, Betty and Wilma. Alright, unless we're talking about the Outranges. Ooh, yeah, they are Superman. I wish I knew one. Now's your chance, because I invited a real green one. Lieutenant Adams, you can stop hiding now. Please join us. Oh, wow, a real ranger. Please, have a seat. But do sit next to me. God, look at that armor. It's getting hot in here, isn't it? Hey there, stud. Hello, ladies. Lieutenant, please tell me a bit about yourself. You can start with your address. Oh, have you looked at this man? Okay, where do I start? The Outranges are a paramilitary organization started in 2073. A bit less historical, a bit more personal, please. It's an international organization working in close cooperation with the Mutation Control Center. We're trained to prepare to penetrate areas beyond the ABBs, which are the automatic biotic barriers? Automatic biological barriers? I forget. There we go, and there's ABBs, not linked probably. Tourists go beyond the ABBs, you go out and find them. Wilma and Betty show, not always for kids. Well, that's interesting. And the Relium, Renewal Era, an enthusiastic socio-economic movement that followed the Great Temporal Crash of 2120. We've read about that before. Mechanophobia, a sexual disorder whose main component is being repulsed by the thought of having organic sexual partners. Okay. I don't know why this is coming up, but alright. Organophobe achieves sexual gratification by engaging in sexual intercourse with virtual characters who have been visually modified using AR technology. Alright. I would have thought that was more in line with Twisted and Perverted. Not investigating a death, but alright. Tell us about these captain's demons. What did you mean when you said the captain struggles with his own demons? Let's keep this between you and me. He's been acting really weird. Work used to be the most important thing for him, but now it's just a hunch, but it seems that he's struggling between his duty and emotions. No, not like that. I don't understand what you mean, like. He seems conflicted between service and family. I may be wrong. I'm not a telepath. Either way, something's eating him, and it's sad. Are there telepaths in this world? I don't think there are. Yes, just keep this between you and me in this recording, you know I'm doing. That's great. Oh, is there nothing else you to say? Oh, okay, fine. This is you. Gossip. Embezzlement in the Outranges. Oh, that's what you think. A virtual romance and some embezzling. So this captain, let's call him B, for Balustrades. Or, not Balustrades. Basilides, there we go. So we'll call him Bob. Bob is on. Bob has a lover. And we'll call him M. Martin, which is Michael, we've already in. Martin is a zonet, that's a brain saved. Only ever less his head, even less actually. Poor guy, he had an accident. I can't tell you, they'll find me. So it keeps him a fortune to keep him alive. And the captain got the money somehow. Ah, well, this is gossip. He's had an impeccable reputation up until now, this Captain Bob. But he's selling off augmented armor and equipment that no longer is used. Well, 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 well. Oh, right, yes. I remember this. If you go searching through the trash can, you find something, but then this guy, oh, who isn't here, must be over here now. But the person who appears here, or walks over here, won't talk to you because, you smell bad. Pax, is that you piece of shit? Fantastic, the last thing I need. Pax, you son of a bitch, get out of here. Calm down, sir. I need to do a scan. Why not decapitate him while you're at it? You're good at that, aren't you? Mr. Balasades, it was a long time ago. A stupid mistake. I'll just wait for the medibot to finish the scan, and then I'm gone. Scan a corpse? Why the fuck would you do that? It's standard procedure. Yeah, where were your procedures when you were diagnosing Michael, you piece of shit? Where were your medbots then? Leave the machine alone, man. You know how much it's worth. I don't care. I don't. Oh, fucking. Care. There we go. I don't care. I don't know that his name. I don't know that he seems incompetent so much as he seems angered by what's going on here. All right, let's look. Ken's body. And who are you? Venon Vera. What is it? Well, I mean, we're going to go over all of these. So let's ask about Ken's death to start with. And lying here dead, Ken's out. How do you think he died? I know what it looks like. Bat wings, Undercity below us. The captain was here first. Took the anti-G harness off of him. That's what he claims, at least. I didn't see it, but trust me, it's not the beacon that killed him. It must have been weird. Oh, have you just finished? That's great. Very weird accident. Incident. I don't know. I can't make anything of it. The death must be a damned misunderstanding. The sight is just inhuman. It's disgraceful that he's still here on the wet walkway like a bag of human bones. I mean, he is a bag of human bones. I think I said yesterday, hey, you walk pretty fine. You couldn't even tell that you were held together by a rigid skeleton inside you. No, sir. And you hardly make any sloshing sounds for the fact that you're made up of, what is it, 75% water? And also you've got blood in you? No sloshing sounds whatsoever. Not from you. You're a great kind of human. Well done on your design. That's a compliment that you can give to a human. Alright, you enjoy your sleep. And beware, do not have a too journey time. That got away from me somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. You have fun. We will go through the rest of this. Alright, what are beacons? And how do beacons work, in general? I scan the surrounding area, looking for new plant and animal species. If a beast comes close, they shoot. These here have special tasks. If anything tries to fly or crawl up to the lowest inhabited walkway, beacons have to shoot it down while adhering to all safety measures. People live here. Two dangerous species around this part: the toxic fruit rat, a seriously big bastard, and the Rattus mortandus ventenus rat. Venetitatus rat? Rats got clever and don't try climbing up anymore. The rats are dumber and charge sometimes, so the beacons shoot one down, occasionally. They fire plasma. That's why there isn't much blood. Blood is no good, trust me. Attracts a shitload of trouble outside the ABB, and honestly, it ruins the view here. So, you know, you get it. You don't want to ruin the view. Hey, what about the beacon's reliability? Maybe the beacon misfired? Does that happen? No. Advanced artificial intelligence, way smarter than humans. A person can make a mistake, but a beacon, no chance. Believe me, I designed them myself. Alright. Well, that's interesting to know. You designed these beacons. Gather hypothesis about Ken's death. We've got 2 of 3. Alright, well, let's have a look. Let's look at these deductions. There's an accident. There's a gunshot. What does the accident hypothesis say? Ken was flying around using anti-G harness. Maybe he's looking for something. He might have even found it, but harness broke and he fell down. That's what you think happened in the accident, do you? First high, then crashed. There might be something to this hypothesis. I mean, he was drinking at our place, but I guess that was several days or weeks ago now. MCC beacons. Mutation Control Center announced a new type of beacon today. Latest addition of families named Jaguar. Issued a new scanner with extended range from 20 to 35 kilometers. Wow. Should be mentioned that scanners use the MCC beacons are not simple radars. The device is able to detect genetic mutations. So they're described as big flying noses that identified aromatic molecules. It's worth mentioning that they have remarkable eyes and observe a wide range of electromagnetic waves and spot the smallest organic particles. Do you remember when one of the beacons detected the Crelix pippins toxico mosquito by capturing a part of its wing with a bottom camera? Wow. Jaguar's cameras will be 3 times as perceptive as that. That's impressive. The beacon's a lot tougher than the previous one. Not only will it withstand fierce attacks of bats and birds, it can also more effectively defend itself, thanks to not 1 but 3 plasma guns, claims Colonel Jasul. Let us remind you that while MCC beacons keep watch over vast stretches of jungle and forest between the polis, as well as over undercities, it's still extremely dangerous to venture into those places. Free Europe News. The Morning News. What have we got with the organizations? Mutation Control Center. Yeah, it cooperates with the Outranges organization. See also MCC beacons. Alright. I like the logo. No, show me the logo. There we go. A simple MCC and then a mosquito in a crosshairs. I guess in a targeting reticle? I don't know. Outranges seems too flashy for me. Yeah. Now, there we go. Alright, we finished talking to you. Let's look at Ken's body. Outranger was leaning over Ken's body. He was pale and clearly disgusted. Join the Outrangers today! I know, that's really what that shouts. Alright. Let's ask for access. Is there a way I could convince you to let me examine the body? Did you hit your head or something? It's a corpse. I'm an officer on duty. Ever heard of regulations? Want me to face disciplinary actions? Well, no. Vox Populi. Appeal to his empathy. Hey, you! This is a dead guy. I like touching dead guys. Why don't you let me do it? You know. I saw the way you were looking at this body. A terrible sight, isn't it? See, I knew this man. Imagine how I must be feeling. Imagine how I must be feeling as I am using these feelings to, play on your sympathy. Can't you see how much I am agonizing over this person's death? No? I need to see what's left of him. Ranger's face turned even more pale. He gulped and looked around nervously. Alright, I'll look the other way for a moment. And handed me a pair of super thin nano gloves. Put these on. You don't want your DNA and fingerprints all over the body. That'd be more of a reason not to have your character look at the body, because I know them. Yeah, I mean, if they suspected it was me, but they don't suspect it's me. I'm not even a suspect. I turned up ages after the beacon shot them. I couldn't have done anything. I mean, it's not like I'm a person who can manipulate... Oh, I suppose... looks at professions. No, it's just virtual things. I don't have... I don't know. I'm not sure which one of these things would represent... Probably cheetah? No, because that's game-related things. So yeah, I don't know which one of these professions might represent taking out physical, real-world objects or manipulating them. Maybe none of them. Anyway, examine the body. Maybe hacker. Yeah, okay, let's have a quick look. No, there's not really hacker on there. These are all... No, these are all dealing with manipulating people and bodies. This is doing with manipulating emotions. This is manipulating game. And this is beating people up. So I don't know. Well, not beating people up, but, you know, physical intimidation and violence. So yeah, maybe you can't. Maybe you just don't know. So let's examine the body. Past choices. A dead body is a terrible sight. It's a memory of someone who once lived. A hideous, untrue, fake memory. The guy's face, as if scarred from plastic, was pressed against the wet pavement like a strange, silent object. The gaze of his open eyes was angled unnaturally. Nobody's face should lie on the ground like that. The face of a corpse, maybe, because that's no longer a person. Ken! Oh, visual inspection. I leaned closer. Alright. Well, let's have a vote. Which part of the body do you want to poke first? Do you want to search him, inspect the head, inspect chest, limbs, flip the body? We're not going to end the inspection. Vote 6 will be ignored. 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one will you vote for? Something, keep alive. Except Ken's not alive. So I don't think we can make him come back to life just by examining his corpse. I don't know, actually. We'll see if we can find a reset button on him, which we'll push. You want to search him, first of all. Alright. See what he's got in his pockets. I rummaged through his pockets. He had no personal items on him, not even a walk-towel. That's interesting, because he was messaging us. Maybe not, you know, at the time that he was crashing and dying, but he did message us, and I can't believe he would leave without a walk-towel. Maybe he's got an implanted one? I don't know. Alright. Head, chest, limbs, or body? Let's flip the body last. So, 1, 2, or 3. Head, chest, or limbs. Where do you want to look at? Take our finger, poke the corpse. Where are we going to poke? I'm going to push into his head, try to find the hole in his head, the squishy bit. I'm going to inspect his chest. Are we going to manipulate his arms in some way? We're going to poke his pecs. Or are we going to finger his fingers? Inspect the chest. Alright. I guess that is where he got shot, so that would be important. I looked at his chest. New clue. I didn't learn anything that I already knew. What did we deduce then? Ken didn't have anything on him. If Ken came looking to the low city for something, he didn't find it, unless it was information. Alright, Head, limbs, or flip the body? Head or limbs? And unless I'm going to ask you to vote again. This will be the last vote for a short while. Because I don't want you to get voter fatigue, so poke the head, poke the limbs. One of those two things will happen now. Maybe. I mean, one of those two things will happen now. The point is, do you get to vote on what it is? I mean, no, not if you're not watching live and in person. And no, not if you don't want to. You don't have to vote. I'm not forcing you to do something. But look, looks like we're inspecting the head. What is past choices even referencing? I don't know. I guess it must be something to do with... There was an opportunity. There was an opportunity to sleep with Ken. So it might have been that. If you had slept with him or interacted with him in a different way, you could have brushed him off in the other two cases and gone, oh, I don't know. What's going on? So it could have been, you could have been closer or further from him. So let's inspect the head. Sideways facing eyes had lost any expression or gleam. Let's remember those of a poorly designed NPEC. Or a really well designed NPEC corpse, maybe. The face pulled taut by the sidewalk looked to be smiling crudely. Oh. Well, we're going to continue poking things by checking what's in his mouth. Is it his tongue? He had an inexplicable hunch. No, I had an inexplicable hunch. He didn't have an inexplicable hunch. That would have been a strange thing to find on his mouth. So, we parted his lips and put 2 fingers in his mouth. A stiff, dry saliva. I shuddered. There was nothing else there. Oh, I should have said goodbye. Oh well. We're going to look at his limbs. His arms and legs were splayed awkwardly. It was like he'd been doing some weird mid-air stunt before hitting the ground. I'm guessing we're only going to get to do these ones. I mean, his sleeves are almost right. Let's look at his legs. Let's look at his legs. Roll up his pant legs. His calf was clean. Oh, we get to do both of them anyway. That's fine. His calf was clean. No breathing. I checked the other leg and it was the same. Ken's pant leg slowly slid back down, covering up the cold, exposed body. It looked like he had been struck by lightning, but the marks were off. I rubbed my eyes and took another look at Ken's arms. Nothing. I was confused. I was confused as well. Are you confused? I hope you're as confused as I am. Alright, let's flip the body. Hup! I grabbed Ken by the shoulders and started gently turning him over. He was heavy and oddly resistant. One of the holographic wings disappeared into the pavement. Too bad you can't examine the hands. Yeah, maybe I can examine them after I flipped him. His head bobbed and was about to collide with the pavement. I noticed something flashing immediately behind it. Okay, so do we look at the flash or do we protect the head? Vote now! Vote! Do we protect Ken's head? Do we look at the flash? I mean, chances are we're not going to look at the flash if we protect his head. The flash will disappear in an instant. Magical fingers and stuff. Maybe we swallowed up by the non-existent blood? I don't know. Oh, we should look and see. Well, I don't know if I can... Let's see if that cancels it out or whether it still counts a vote. Unnaturally twisted limbs. I don't know what Ken was doing before he died, but his body looked like an awkwardly twisted MPEG model. Oh, it's still going, and it did that. Protect the head. Well, I think you're more empathetic than I was in the demo playthrough. I noticed one of his soldiers grabbed his head, saving it from hitting the ground. I finished turning him over and slowly put his head onto the ground. Only then did I glance backwards towards the flash. There was no sign of it. Oh, well. Let's ask about the wings. Rather not ruin our reputation by damaging the body. Okay. You are thinking like a proper professional. Translucent wings protruded from Ken's clothing. I wondered if it was an AR or a hologram. I turned off my glasses. I could still see them. A holo. When it's such an animation, Ken had to have an illusion generator with him. I couldn't see it anywhere, so I turned to the Outranger. Do you see these wings? I should take a guess, ma'am. That's why I kept fiddling with them. I can't find the ilgen that generates them. Did he swallow it? It might have been the Flash. That might have been what the Flash was, an ilgen. Inspect his back. There was a bloody hole in his coat. And his back too, it seemed. Alright. A new clue. Oh, 2 new clues. MCC beacon hypothesis. Gunshot hypothesis. Gunshot wound. There was a gunshot wound on Ken's chest. Was it a gunshot wound or was it a plasma wound? Oh, look at this. Beacon hypothesis. Ken was flying above low city walkways using... I mean, I really wish they could have somehow done this better so that I could read underneath the letters that were there. Ken was flying above low city walkways using an anti-G harness. He was carrying an L-gen that generated an image of membranous wings. An MCC beacon mistook him for a bat and shot him down. Ken had a gunshot wound on his chest. A plasma shot doesn't leave much blood because the high temperature scorches the blood vessel. Well, then was it a gunshot? I mean, to me, a gunshot is a traditional slug or lead pellet or whatever you're doing, a physical thing that remains in the body. If it fired plasma, I would call that a plasma wound, not a gunshot. But I know this is the weird future. Is it that? UI is indeed hard. It might be a translation issue. I don't know. I don't think so, though. Vera claims that beacons don't make mistakes. The Outranger is convinced that the AI couldn't have mistaken a bat with a man clumsily disguised as one. Somebody used the beacon to kill him? Maybe. Or this hypothesis is valid. Sad story starring a faulty MCC beacon and a boy that shouldn't have played with it. Oh, those are interesting things to know. Let's perform a visual inspection. I leaned closer. Look for an exit wound. Gathered info. Modern firearms produced enough kinetic force to easily blast straight through a person. I reached out to touch Ken's chest area. I retracted my hand, freshly smeared with blood, and wiped it off on the guy's coat. He was my friend. He wouldn't have minded. Wow, alright, okay. Let's perform another visual inspection. I lean closer. Look for a bullet, or inspect beneath the body. Oh, I wasn't actually expecting there to be more. But alright. Bullets or bodies? I am choosing on my own, no votes. Let's have a look underneath the body this time. Yes, I would expect so if there's actual blood. That it is a gunshot wound and not a plasma wound. Not much blood, just a few stains that look like splatter. Suspiciously little considering it went straight through him. Alright, let's look for the bullet then. Gathered info. I slid my hand under Ken's chest again. I felt the cracks in the pavement under the exit wound. I pulled out a metal object. I tore it from the pavement and looked closer. It was a bullet. Well, there we go. It was an actual bullet. And if we perform a visual inspection, there's nothing. Yep, so we're going to leave. Alright, deductions. No blood. Ken had lost a surprisingly small amount of blood. But there was not much blood, so there was surprisingly little blood from the wound. Ken was lying down when the shot was fired. The bullet pierced the body and got stuck in the walkway. Small caliber. The shot was fired after Ken's death. Seems likely. Ken shot himself. I mean, he still could have. Nobody shot anyone. I mean, Ken could have been shot by the plasma beacony thing. And then gone, oh my god, I can't die like this, and shot himself in the heart. But, you know, I put that highly unlikely. But there's a thing. Alright, what about you? You got anything more to say? What is it? Ask about the anti-G harness. Yes. I mean, I don't know why I ran over here. The victim supposedly had an anti-G harness on. Where is it? So the captain took it off and secured it. I didn't see that happen. It's probably in Beowulf. Beowulf is the name of your giant thing, isn't it? Yeah, Beowulf transport. Find out how Ken died. We've got, okay, so we've got all 3 hypotheses about Ken's death. Alright. The beacon, the gunshot, the accident, and there's this one. Which is what, exactly? Oh, this is... Alright, let's look at this thing first of all. And that's the captain hiding behind there. Okay, tourist terminal. The old tourist terminal looked ridiculous here. Where are these people supposed to go to? To a different polis? To Gaia? Check out the offer! I wondered what piece of junk could offer people from the lowest layer of the polis. Welcome! Please note that the tourist console belongs to the city heuristic systems. The offer presented by this device is outdated. Feel free to use the holoscreen standing alongside it to get the latest information, including on tourism. Wonder what the piece of junk could offer people the lowest layer of the polis. Oh, we've done that already. It's not going to give me anything more than that. Alright, does that mean I should check out this holographic display? I can't check out that holographic display. Well, if I knew what language it was and spoke it, I'm sure that would have been very informative. Yom Matan. There's the MDK drone. Alright, Operator Matan. We are going to talk to you before we look at anything else. The drone operator was browsing some windows I couldn't even see and kept glancing at his walk-tail. I could see boredom in his every move. Buddy, you have no idea what kind of a shithole I'm in right now. He was talking to someone on the line. His accent was strange. Interject or wait? Set things, tries to determine what we need. Well, we didn't get anything empathy related. Let's wait. What's up with Martinez? Well, you guys are making bank. Sure, I want to hang out, but you know how it is. I told you. We're going to look like a chump the longer we wait. Let's find out. Yeah, 5 more years of this garbage. I can't stand this shit. But when I'm done, I'm telling you, it's going to be one hell of a party. Exactly, my man. And you... Let's keep waiting. He looks over and exaggerated rolls his eyes. Wait, I've got some native who wants something. Maybe a smoke? Ha, yeah, I'll deal with it. Take care, Han. Well, I'm all ears. What do you want? This time he was definitely addressing me. Hey, buddy. Who are you? What's your name? And I don't stink. Because I haven't been through the garbage. I know nothing about you. Tell me something. I'm going to try that. I'm going to go and stand near someone when they're having a phone conversation. Patiently wait there. Well, wait there, possibly tapping my foot, making it look like I'm impatient to talk to them. And then, when they turn and acknowledge me, I'm just going to say, I know nothing about you. Tell me something. And see how they respond. We typically say, what's your story? Well, it's funny, sad, and a bit messed up, but I think it's normal in that age. Oh, there's something intriguing about you. Oh, you look good, because you've had all that money spent on your gen skin. Exactly, must remember that. Captain Martin. Gender M, K. What does K mean? Because I think he's just a brain, and that this is his. This is a gen skin, isn't it? He's a drone operator. No allergies. The 80th percentile. Correct body response to pheromone implants. One raised in Sydney land. Heir to the Matan fuel fortune. Biodevice and Archiflora sector. C. Biostates. I mean, I can't. Also, you're missing a bracket there. Personality traits. Bacteriophobe with mild organophobia. Clear aversion to lower social strata. Evident disdain for his grandmother. His father's money. Delio Matan. Reason unknown. Oh, his father's mother, not money. Committed to the Outranges are strong persuasion from his father, who contributed a considerable sum to the organisation budget. Till Rowan accepts working in a formation, his active participation in more dangerous operations outside the APB is inadvisable. Extended psychological profile. No, insignificant positions. In order to access more information, log into the Outranges intranet. Alright. Ilgen. Illusion generators. Devices that generate holograms in the air. Unlike 3D AR animations, these holograms can be seen with the naked eye. Alright. They're semi-transparent and far from perfect. They're very popular. Walktail is the handheld device that we... Well, not only handheld device, but, you know, it's the phone replacement thing. It's an actual device you can hold in your hands. Always emphasize what a big plus that is. Not everyone likes having telesense. Because that's what Omnics and Obicoins are. Yeah, we found out about those, but beginning one that we were doing it. Nyoto has an internal display. You can magnify up to 10 times with your glasses, but it also generates an additional external display. Not sharp and pretty as the first one, but definitely readable. I'm not talking about AR. Nyoto has a built-in Ilgen. Wow. If it has a built-in Ilgen, does that mean that you could use a Walktail to generate your bat wings? And you could be showing off. Maybe. Oracars are vehicles based on anti-G generators and use for public transport in the lower levels of the polis. The area's operation is commonly referred to as Low City. And Gaia, a planet in the Sigma-Tronus system, terraformed Mobriums, the only globe that has been successfully terraformed by humankind. Immigration to Gaia is currently ongoing. Citizens leaving Earth hope that on Gaia they will find better employment opportunities and a healthier natural environment. Interesting. Alright. I'm going to say there's something intriguing about him. I'm not going to compliment your appearance because that's the best that money can buy. And you don't really like the money, apparently. Or you do like the money, but I don't know that it's the thing to compliment you about, so there's something intriguing about you. I can tell just by looking at you there's something underneath the surface. It's making me pretty uneasy. That's not quite the kind of compliment I was hoping for. Hey, you look intriguing and interesting, but you scare me a bit. That's not the way to do this. A healthier environment that won't last with the way humans work. Indeed. I was just about to tell you to get lost, but you guessed right, so... We typically say, what's your story? No, we've said that already. At this age, you don't look that old. Alright, let's go over that again. We typically say, what's your story? Mine is funny sounding and a bit messed up, but I think that's normal at this age. At this age, you don't look old. If I still looked old after the money I spent, I'd actually be fucking pissed. Alright. I'm doubtful to, inquire about his body, because from the way I've said, that might be something like, hey, how many people have you killed with your bare hands? Because this is just weird. So how old are you? Okay, I have a rather forward question. How old are you? If you don't mind, I'll smoothly evade that question. Yeah, so what do you want? Oh, that was the only one of those that I could ask. Alright, okay. Well, never mind. Hey, I'm here looking at Ken's death. Ask about the deceased death. Ask about Ken Zhao's death. I don't think you care about him, so let's ask about the deceased's death. Do you have any theories on how this man died? The victim? I was kind of busy and didn't really give it much thought, you know. Hey, can I have access to your drone? I need your drone. I need your clothes, your boots, and your drone. I need? Typical bullshit. It's all about you. Nobody else matters. That's why you're all stuck on this swamp. Preoccupied with your pathetic existence. Don't ever stop to think about other people, to ask what someone who, I might add, better than you, might need. No worries, I don't blame you, I'm not judging you. Some people are just born better than others. What did you want exactly? Alright. Alright. What do you need? Alright, what do you need? Looks as if you were daydreaming. A mud bath, a drink made with comet ice, not that shit you people call water. A butler, at least one. But that's nothing. What I really miss is the beauty, the harmony. And here, he looked around and sighed. You get it unless you've gotten used to life here. You should see Sydneyland sometime. You would witness true beauty. Alright. Now give me access to the drone now that I've listened to you waffle on about crap. At that drone. Hey! Cool! I could just cancel this drone license if I was a re-educator. That would be good, but yeah, alright. I was in the high city, so I can just ask. Right, listen to my accent. I'm upper class too. Do me a favour, let me use your drone and leave this stinking shithole behind. His eyes glinting with surprise and understanding. Okay then, I'll authorize you, but be careful, it's an antique, like everything else here. Okay, cool. I've got a drone. The police use drones such as these, they scan dangerous and suspicious places. They say they're able to detect mental constellation characteristics of sociopaths and potential murderers. I mean, we don't need this drone right now, so I'm just going to leave you. I don't know, actually. Come with me. No. Take control. Past choices. I decided to play with the machine. Piece together the recording of Ken's fall. Oh. That's not what I was expecting, but alright. Hacking cameras. Use the drone to gather data from each of the cameras, then compile the data to get a complete recording of Ken's fall. Okay, interesting. Have I got limited time or uses with the drone? Oh hey, here's cameras. There's cameras, okay, so they're all going to this point here. Alright, well, let's start with this city camera here. Because this is the one where Ken is closest to Ken. Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Let's start with this one anyway. The way Ken is moving, let's go over here and do this one. Is there a limited number of times I can do this, or am I just going to be clicking on them? It doesn't look like there is. Alright, okay. I don't know why I have to click on all of these things, but apparently I do. Alright, hacking. Show us what's going on. Alright, okay. Well, that's pretty conclusive evidence that somebody shot him when he was down. Did that give me? That didn't give me any more deductions. Ken shot himself. Yeah, that's what that recording looked like. Oh, shot was fired after Ken's death. Nobody fired anybody. I mean, I'd quite like to know what this one is up here. I mean, we know who was first on the scene. We know it was a ranger. Alright, let's leave the drone. No, just got to take control again. Alright, hey. Hey you, thanks. I just want to say thanks to you, basically. No, okay. Well, I was fixing his hair. Perhaps after low series, capricious winds messed it up. Couldn't tell if he was successful. He shot me a puzzled look. Alright, let's leave. I mean, I think from that recording that was you. What's that thing that's behind you? No? See, a key. Something shiny lay on the ground. Ooh, shiny thing. It was the key to the vehicle. It had the symbol of the Outranges on it. Cool. I guess that means I can go and open this now. Before... Alright, yeah. The last time we did this, I messed it up and the Beowulf self-destructed or something. Beowulf, the Outranges room. Must have arrived at it. Reach into the trophy case. Look in through the window. Look through the window. Outranges have their quirks. For one, they adore fresh air, so the windows of the vehicle are always half open. They dislike circuitry, so I wasn't surprised to see the ignition shot. Key was missing though. The driver must have had it. No, we quite clearly just picked it up. Alright, reach into the trophy case. On the pilot seat I found a familiar box made of steel. A trophy case. Every kid knows what they look like. The window was slightly lowered, so I managed to reach into the cabin and feel the box with my hand. It was closed, with a latch. I could break the lock, I could open the lock, or I could use a key. Do we use a key? Organisations, Outranges, trophy chests, and only to collect trophies when they sometimes adorn their armour. Fangs, claws, or antlers of animals they have killed. Outranges only shoot animals in self-defence. Newly acquired trophies are kept in sealed chests until they are disinfected. Well, that's what that is it? No, never save. Never save. Nothing makes opening a lock easier than having the right key. I looked inside. Inside was an anti-G harness. Deal with the anti-G harness. See, I've no idea what deal with means. Does it mean pick it up and throw it over the side? Does it mean strap it to your own back so that you can fly around like a crazed lunatic? Does it mean smash it so that the evidence doesn't get reported because you are actually the killer? Inspect or examine? I mean, I don't know the difference between those two things. Yeah, I know, the fact that it's in a trophy. It might just be in the trophy case because it's the only secure place that they couldn't get into. You know, hey, I was here first, I got this, I put it in the trophy case, and now nobody can get in there because I have the key. Whoops, I dropped the key on the floor and the game deck found it, and now I'm being examined. What a horrible thing. It seemed fine, but when I tried to turn it on, it didn't work. I wonder why. Could it be the bullet? No. A couple of straps and anti-grav generators, which allow the user to float in the air. Alright, I didn't know why it didn't work, because I am not that kind of person. The anti-G harness doesn't work. I tried to turn the device on, it didn't work. The anti-G harness is broken. The harness he used didn't work. And we still have no data on what this one is. Hey, Delia, who is Cornelia Sergeant Korn. That's not her name. It's Cornelia Delia, or Delia Cornelia. Let's not go in the trash can. Hey, you got anything else? No? Hey, I found the anti-G harness, and I'm not very mechanically inclined. Are you? No. Alright. Well, let's go around then. Hey, look! A new MCC boy. Hey! Mutation Control Center Beacon. What a zeitgeist. An AI-equipped guide that protects us from mutated plants and animals. I don't know that zeitgeist is the right word there. I don't know. Who knows what the difference between inspect and examine is? City Network access helps with this kind of scene. Realistic systems admins credentials help too. Gathered info. I had to find the right name. Scoured the data in search of signatures to fit the beacon. A few caught my eye. Tank Junior, Ling, or Ling. Well, I don't know. Right now. Let's leave that one and see if we can... I had to find the right name. Yes, exactly. I did have to find the right name. So we're going to try and find the right name before we do that. Oh, there's an advertising drone here? Are you going to fly up and try advertising at me? No? Alright, well, we'll look at you. Walked up to the edge of the walkway. It was a good place for the ad drone to spot me. Odd with your existence. Oh, it's you. There, you're coming to see me now. Not getting enough sunlight in the lower levels? Treat yourself with a trip to the Ecologists bioestates. Enjoying the warm sunshine for an entire day. The bioestates are located within ABBs. Eat natural meals. Touch natural materials. Discover exotic arch flora. The Ecologos. In Kalugos, big estates are not responsible for any complications caused by intense contact with nature. Afraid? Learn more at our website. That is... Are you afraid? Come and learn more at our website. Learn how you can be even more afraid. That's not basic selling techniques. Interested? Come learn more at our website. Intrigued? Come learn more at our website. Curious? Come learn more at our website. Horrified by the idea? Come learn more at our website. See how one of those things didn't quite fit with the others? Alright. Gain access to the drone's resources. I am having memories of needing a battery for something, and it's possible that this is where the battery came from. Let's analyze it first of all, though. It was a standard advertising drone, even though it operated in the lowest layer of Warsaw City. It was in good shape. Nice choices. In between ads, I noticed the face of a diginet I once met. Turn to the diginet. Hey, I know you're watching me. Oh, it's you again. Hey, how you doing? Greetings, Gamedec. Actually, I'm watching someone else. Who are you watching? If you're not following me, then who? A handsome outrager. Ever since I regained my freedom, I like to watch different men. I only running a sweet and all, but so are others. Did you see what happened here? See what happened here? I mean, you know, how the guy died? You know that I don't perceive the world the same way others do. I don't really understand it. It's unclear to me what happened here. It was as if this man fell from the sky. Or no, more like, I can't explain it. The taste of cherries, the greyness of dying. I don't know. Alright, can I have access to the drone? Use access to the drone, could you? Anything for you, Gamedec. Here you go. Back. Leave. End. Alright. Did I... Walked up to the edge of the sidewalk. Drone advert, products, your global advert. No. Okay, so I don't have advert access to it, or I do, I don't know. Will it come useful later? Advert Paul X, your global local ad provider, or Sith ID or I don't know, you type something, you fucking slot machine. Alright, okay. Well, I guess. Here's the Medi drone, here's the dock. Hey, dock packs. Got an assholes. The man cursed under his breath and repeatedly tried to pull out a smoke from his trembling hands. The cigarette fell to the ground. Fuck. He glared at the soaking wet tobacco as if deliberating whether it was worth picking up. He struggled and pulled out another cigarette. Fuck all of this. He only noticed me once he lit up and inhaled deeply. He sent me a quizzical glance. Hey, you don't know me. I've just wandered up and seen you drop things. I want access to your medical bot. Tell me about the investigation. Oh, well, tell me about Ken's death, first of all. Fuck all of this. I have a few questions, and I wanted... Max raised his hand. He took a pack of real nicotine cigarettes out of his pocket. From another, he recovered a lighter engraved with an aspeculous cane. Asclepulus. Asclepulus. I know what it's talking about. It's the medical symbol. But hey, he lit up lazily. I took the smoke in, tasting it. I'm burning to help. Sadly, my fire has been doused by a certain problem. There's a hideous toad roaming around here, interrupting my work. You want me to do something for the captain? Ask about the toad. What toad are you talking about? That's what they call the dumbasses in green exoskeletons around here. The biggest one of these clowns is making my job difficult. When you say biggest, do you mean physically or in rank? I don't have time to help you until I've sorted this out. Alright, what's the conflict with the captain then? Seems like you and the captain go way back. I mean, we already know, we've read the gossip. You decapitated the guy. Tell me your story. What happened between you two? What's the story? Buff and exhaled through his nose. He ruined my career. Started over a year ago. Worked in the Warsaw City Central Hospital. I had a respectable position, secondary specialization. We got a call to the AVB, fight or a sting. I went there with a team. Landed right by the barrier. No ranger unit yet by balustrades was scrambling. Victim was a civilian, the captain's partner. I call Sosnowski. Sosnowski? Snozosnow, sneezy snow. Ski. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that very badly. Now let's keep listening. Blue cloud enveloped him. Something bit him in the neck. He went into shock. His airways were closing up. We call it firing up the engines. You tripped to the other side, I mean. The Outrangers kept shouting it was a type of gadfly. Hypodermia bovis toxica. Typically, all you need in such cases is a serum, an anti-shock kit, and water. But something was off. The gadfly's blind, leaving a swollen lump with 2 red patches around it. And there was a lump, but not a lot of redness. And I saw the lamp start to blacken, as if necrosis had already started. I'd only ever seen wolf spiders bite progress that fast. What puzzled me, there was only 1 bite mark, and spiders leave 2. I knew I'd have to cut off his head if it had been a wolf spider, otherwise he'd die. Let's keep listening. Let's just be all empathetical. Sometimes spiders elude their pedipalps, fending off the wasps or other damn things. I concluded it must be a wolf spider cripple, and made my choice. I loaded this Michael guy into the ambulance, and he literally lost his head before the captain's eyes. He survived, but Palisades sued me. I checked later and found that Sanaski had pheromone injections done to protect against insects, but not against arachnids. Dun dun dun! The bite mark was destroyed by decapitation, and the blood from his head machine washed, so there were no solid leads in the investigation. And eventually the court ruled there wasn't enough evidence, so I went cold. But the stench remained. I was let go, and since I wagged my tongue a bit too much, couldn't find any decent jobs anywhere. So see, that is a story. Saved his boyfriend. Was I right? I just don't know. Alright, what do you think of Low City? That's alright, working at the bottom of the polis. I sound dramatic, but it's like a knife to the throat. 2 notes happen here, so I need to patch up gang war victims. Still, lots of valuables down here to fight over. Maybe this man got caught in the crossfire. No, I don't think so. Offer assistance. Alright, yeah. Can help you with your green problem. Really? Would you do something to make the captain leave? Provoke him to hit you or something? Or find me something to discredit him. Oh, well, that's going a bit further than I thought it was. Bad neighbourhood. Ken might have been caught in the crossfire of gang violence. Gunshot wound was the cause of death. Ken shot himself. The shot was fired after Ken's death. Nobody shot anyone. I don't know whether it was after his death or not. He got to a place and then was shot. I don't know if he was dead. I guess as there's no blood, he was already dead. Because otherwise, if you are shot when you are shot or stabbed when you are dead, the blood doesn't leak out because the body's not pumping. So I think the shot was fired after Ken's death. But alright. If you are ready here, I'm going to initiate a vote. Are we going to help this doctor find something to discredit or get him to move along? 1 for refuse, vote 2 to agree. Let us see what you vote. Do we side with this doctor, or do we... I mean, presumably there's a... Yeah, there is another side. I seem to remember that you could do the captain's one as well. Who is an asshole? The captain or the doctor? 1 to refuse or 2 to agree. So you want to agree. You want to get the captain pushed out of here. Alright. We can do that. I mean, he did walk up and shoot someone and steal the technology. Agree. I'll try. Max nodded inside with relief. Thank you. Can I have access to the Medibot? I'd like to use your medibot. He squinted. Now taking the cigarette out of his mouth. What do you need it for? Threaten. Brain fixer. I don't have that. I'm conducting an investigation. I could use this equipment. And I could use some peace and quiet. I've got a problem with a toad here. Besides, it's against protocol. Alright. He laughed. Something gurgled in his throat, and he spoke the last word. Ah, weird. Alright. Find compromising material on Captain Balasides, or provoke him to fight. Hey, I could just hack it. Let's inspect it. The device had 2 moldy joint limbs, but certainly had some interesting manipulators up its sleeves as well. Information panel kept flashing on the lid. It was a clunky old model, sturdy and trustworthy. Right, well, we'll leave it for now. What is our new codex entry? Technologies, Medibots. A medical robot equipped with advanced artificial intelligence. It can run digital diagnostics, implementing life-saving procedures, stabilize an injured person's condition, and perform multiple kinds of surgeries. Medibots execute commands given by authorized personnel and can only act autonomously when its analysis proves that the life of the observed person is in imminent danger, and even then, the injured patient must first consent to the planned procedure. Okay, fun. Bioestates. Self-sufficient villages located within APBs which rely entirely on archflora. The inhabitants of these areas live in tree sheds, while all architectural elements such as walkways, bridges, windows, etc. are built from genetically modified plants. Biostates inhabited by enthusiasts of nature and healthy lifestyles. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. And, okay, we're going to save it, just because it's been a while. I want to keep 13, so we'll write over 12. Excellent, it does order them by time. Hey there, everybody. Okay, can you tell us what you're doing? I'm inspecting the MCC beacon. Aha! So you need to move your hands like this. Will you remember, Mac? Yeah, it's similar to opening a window. And how's the inspection going? The beacon's broken. The beacon looked like a random hookup after 16 hours in bed. Useless. Is that good, Martin? I could try a different approach with this junk. Leave it to the script writer, my dear, but you're killing it. I'm sorry, but I can't. Beat it, dickhead. Again with this flying therapeutic shit. Better than your Hollow movies, asshole. Alright, let's go, Mac. We'll come back when he calms down. And there's a sticky trash can here. This is Tech Red. Alright, Tech Red, tell me things. Actually, let's have a look at the beacon. The malfunctioning MCC beacon had been dragged down to the pavement and was clumsily swaying on the drift field. Alright, check the tech specs. Young range scanners, high quality cameras and microphones, quantum nose capable of differentiating 4 trillion smells. Plasma gun, adjustable power cell and caliber. In a nutshell, it must have in every household. Alright. How many times did you shoot, gun? I opened the window and monitored gun function and started looking through the data. Last shot was registered the week before. Aimed at a rat climbing up a nearby tower. The rodent was hit, fell off the wall, and did not return. The beacon's gun hadn't fired since then. Well, 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 well. Open the device name. This is Tank Junior. Alright, and that's got to be the it hadn't shot, right? Yeah. Beacon logs haven't registered a shot being fired. Nonsense. The hypothesis seems far-fetched. Too many facts contradict it. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It didn't register a shot being shot. Beacon start make machines. The anti-G harness didn't work. Beacon's fire plasma, but he's got a gunshot wound. A surprisingly small amount of blood. Was he poisoned before he crashed or something? Leave. End. There was another beacon over there. Alright, okay. I am going to cheat horribly here. Witness me cheating. I'm going to overwrite this save. Fallen Hero, that's what this one is called. Okay, that's cool. There's you two. We'll come back and talk to you two in a minute. Right now, we're going to look at you, we're going to hack you, and we're going to look at Tank Junior. Because that is what the other one said. I entered the name and got into the red box frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems. Why am I trying to... I needed adequate network resources. System overload or system takeover. What? What is going on here? Okay, but I can get in, but... Oh, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm using this beacon to hack the other beacon. Right, okay. Right, okay. We'll leave that for the moment. Okay. That could have been better explained. Yeah, if I look at the medbot... No, I can't look at its thing, but I bet if I looked at the others... Alright, no, let's go talk to Tank Red first of all. Hey, Tank Red. Past choices. Virtual protection of a bird perched itself on the Mobrium's shoulder and stared at me with its huge black eyes while sharpening its claws. Hey Moron, my name is Fabio, because I'm fucking fabulous! Seeing as it's just... Oh, I can't do either of those things. Alright. So I can just leave. Alright. Seeing as it's just you and me here, yeah, nobody else knows anything. This one's called Fabio because he's just fabulous. Don't tell anyone. But my character in the Friday Night D&D game is called Fig Jam because fuck I'm good. Just ask me. Shh. I just saw that somewhere and I went, yeah, alright, I'll steal that name. It's complete and utter bollocks, and I love it. So I stole it. Alright then. Tank Red, you don't want to tell me anything? We've got to speak to the captain, but let's look at these two before we speak to the captain. Hey, who are you? Martin 32. I love pierogies. Or Mac. Who are you, pierogi man? Fig Jam. Exactly. F-I-G. That is it. It's complete and utter rubbish, so I just went, hey, why not? The guy was skinny, wore massive glasses, with a secondary active bear on his neck, some brightly glowing digital lenses in his eyes. But don't tell anyone. Shh, it's just a secret between us. Kept looking around impatiently, as if looking for something beautiful, ugly, sensational, inspirational. I didn't know. Yes, I'm that famous director. No, I don't have a role for you. Though visually you'd fit right in. Only important stuff, please. I'm busy. You don't even rate an avatar, mate. I bet Mac gets one. Wow, you don't even rate one here. That's something. First question, known as Mine32. I can't pronounce his full name. Yeah. For questions always, do you like pierogies? I love pierogi. What's your best film? How Unleashed the Second Media War. The worst one? The one that is yet to be made. What do you love? Mobriums. What do you hate? AI. It's despicable when inanimate objects try to imitate people. You've never made a hollow movie with digital actors. Ganesha forbid. What do you strive for? Perfection. Biggest blunder. Let me think. Oh, I've got it. Tombstone. Lead actor in Stars in Stars. Came on set in a suit whose middle layer would have non-Newtonian liquid, which is a kind of liquid that solidifies on impact. That day we were going to shoot a scene where Jessica Ban punches him in the stomach. She's a powerful woman. So what happened? The night before, Naheem was showing off in a bar wearing the exact same suit that he borrowed from Jasmine, our costume designer, without my knowledge and very secretively. He was so wasted that you couldn't see the leaks from some of his stomach pockets. I think we know where this is going. We started shooting, Jessica hit him, and he bent over and spat blood. The crew was panic-struck. A doctor with a medibot was on set. We always have one when we shoot violent scenes. The doctor put some pipe in his mouth, stitched him something up, and in the end the scene looked so good it was actually better than all of Stars in Stars. In fact, it's in the extras and we made more from that than the Hollow movie. So it wasn't a blunder? No, not really. Anyway, I realise that's just how fragile life was. Filming the Filmmakers, host Sandra Tex. Hollow movies. Three-dimensional movies. Most of the Hollow movies made at the end of the 20th century are interactive and can be experienced from within by observing the action through a 360-degree field of view. You can watch in AR through standard glasses, in a seated or standing position, or virtually on the net. The aforementioned interactivity means that the viewers can make key decisions for their Hollow movie characters. Modern Hollow movies are made both in Realium and in Virtualia. Some are produced exclusively in digital environments and hire digital actors. Advanced artificial intelligence and dual mask therapy. Can you tell us exactly how the therapy works? I have to admit I don't understand the explanation. Oh, pardon me if I go too fast or my students get confused. I'm not your student, sir. No? That's pity. So, about this therapy? Yes. Dual mask therapy is the latest creation of Ease Your Mind Company, EYM for short. It's been developed exclusively for the owners of Mobriums, and to be perfectly honest, I'm skeptical about the solution. Said that already, sir. I would like me to explain how it works. Yes, sorry. Dual mask therapy is offered to people who have experienced severe psychological trauma and suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. EYM has a built-in program, or rather a therapeutic game, that reaches quite deep into the patient's psyche. Could you say more? Yes. The basic rules of the therapy say that it should allow the client or the patient to deal with the reality, together with challenges, stresses and problems on their own. Should be able to maintain a certain balance between regression and aggression, which means regression is a return to childish behaviour. But isn't that healthy? It is, but not when you're faced with an important decision. This is not the time for thumb-sucking and daydreaming. You know what I mean? I do. Now then, aggression is the opposite of regression. Excessive stress can lead to an unhealthy confrontation, such as inflicting pain on yourself or others. What does that have to do with dual mask therapy? Well, dual masks control the client's stress level. As long as it's optimal, they don't interfere. As soon as its value crosses a minimum or maximum threshold, one of the two masks is activated. The patient can only choose their names and appearances. Everything else is controlled by the program. That's what we were seeing with Tancred when the hawk popped up. How does it work? Well, let's assume the patient's stress level has exceeded the maximum threshold. The corresponding mask, let's call it Bobby, activates, and three things happen. First of all, the person talking to the patient begins to see Bobby. That's a clear sign the therapeutic program has been activated. Secondly, the patient's consciousness is transferred to a mini virtual alien, where they can learn how to deal with excessive stress in controlled situations. It's like a combat training room. So we could say that the patient gets switched off. Yes and no. Bobby is a program that synchronizes with certain areas of the patient's psyche. This way, the person talking to the patient can receive clear signals about what led to them switching off. That's exactly what concerns me about this therapeutic program. Those Bobbies can act quite strangely. Instead of explaining what caused stress for the patient, they make people around them uncomfortable. Still, it's the client that goes through therapy, not the people around them. It's not that simple. The patient's family could be in pain too. Besides, Bobbies sometimes break through to violation areas of the psyche and start to manipulate their interlocutors. Personally, I advise against this kind of therapy. I don't know why Uniformed Services, the Outranges, to be specific, have decided to purchase this program. There are better, well-tested options. Maybe because Bobbies can take the forms of animated animals? Maybe. Or maybe because EYM has won the tender by taking the price. You said the program had been developed exclusively for the owners of Mobriums. Why is that? Because of the mini virtual aliens. Only owners of Mobriums can switch off in the middle of a walkway and almost immediately enter a virtual alien. Organics need catches for that. That's fair, but what does the second Bobby do? The one that activates due to excessive regression? When the second Bobby activates, the patient enters a virtual alien where they can grow up and face challenges while remaining in a pleasant state of regression. In a nutshell. I like what I'm hearing. You've convinced me. I don't like it at all. Believe me, you shouldn't mess around with the person's psyche at a deep level as Two Masks does. It reminds me of the causes from the game called They're cases, sorry, from the game called Abyss. I don't advise it. Virtual therapy. Host Uma Thorne. Guest Professor Robert Eckelbar. There we go. Yes, I'm that famous. Hey. Next small talk about art and the weather. Go on, let's make some small talk. Seeing as we're a famous sensory celebrity as well. Darkness. Rain. The ruins of Warsaw below us. Great setting for a horror movie, right? No, he doesn't like horror movies. He doesn't like horror movies. Oh. Alright. Damn right. Don't have to change anything, really. It's always been that way. Sorry. Story matters more than the scenery. Effects, animation, makeup. It's so easy to get that stuff done. The damn AIs can handle it. Oh, a shortage of stories that tickle some vain instinct. But if you're to the core, dialogues, characters, that's what I'm after. So is that why you're talking to the Outranger in the Mobrium? Can you tell me something about her? It's a him, isn't it? Incorrect? Fascinating story. Could make for a great horror movie. We're getting ready to film a feature on her. That's why we're here. Okay, I'm wrong. The problem is, she has therapeutic programs that activate upon feeling strong emotions. And then she becomes hard to talk to. Take red, news from the barriers. Just stress call. One of the team arrived in minutes. Wasp mosquito proceeded. Turned out the Vowels damaged the battle could not carry everyone, so they commanded so the transport take the survivors directly to the hospital. One squad could reach the APP on foot. Tourists recklessness and their bodies and blood odors alerted other nearby animals. The Rangers forced their way through the jungle, continuing to fire. They were aided by the Southern MCC beacon, and animals continued to grow in number. At the request of Outranges headquarters, we will not disclose the personal details of the squad member. We are authorized to reveal only one, Sergeant Tancred Brute. During the continuing battle, marched through the wilderness. Another Outranger team was called as the commander realized that due to the amount of aggression from Warsaw's fauna, they could not make it to the barrier. More and more wounded until the only one fit for fighting was Sergeant Pruitt. The commander and the other squad members report that the Tancred single-handedly gathered those who couldn't walk into the clearing where the transport was supposed to arrive. She then covered them when she ran out of ammo. She engaged in melee combat and still incoming leaks, parrots and other animals. Oh, not the parrots! Here they come, ready to kill you. Her body was butchered, but even her augmented armor worn by Outrangers on patrol inside the ABB couldn't help. The extraction unit arrived at the last moment. The survivors were taken while the Outranger vehicle, while the remains of Sergeant Root were carried onto a medical transport where machines performed her decapitation on the brave Outranger, saving her life. Sergeant Tancred Brute was nominated for the Crimson Heart Medal, the Outrager's highest honor. We know that her life and the lives of the squad members and tourists were not in danger. And salute the brave Outranger. You don't salute them. Not even sure what a salute is. Now, grateful for their commitment. And to the reckless tourists, a word of warnings about the forays beyond APBs. They are extremely dangerous. If you don't have the appropriate implants, it's like asking for death. Stock market report coming to you after the break. Okay. So Tancred is not the captain's person. Martin. Or Martin. I thought they were, but obviously not. Alright. Alright, how long have you been here? Well, a while. Zero should have come sooner. Say some guy fell from the sky. That's what I heard, at least. That's why we're here, actually. Guy falls from the sky, our rangers arrive. Mac and I receive word and come too. Do you have anything? I mean, we have something on the captain. We saw the captain shoot the guy when he turned up. Thought I'd try to placate him first. Show business, sir. I said it's just a bitch of an industry. Looks at me as if to say, tell me about it. Making a horror movie must be tough, huh? Producers always want you to get their way. Competition, biting at your heels. There's some young talent on you, some exec's failure or something. Man, you have nerves of steel, connections. Advertising is a better business. If you don't know how to swim with the sharks, you better keep out of the water. What did we get here? Somebody saw him fall down. Somebody saw Ken fall down on the walkway. Well, okay, I wonder who that was. So, do we want to make reference to the sharks? Or make a reference to connections? Vote now, vote early, vote often. 1 for the sharks, 2 for the connections. I mean, I could talk about connections, because I have connections as some sort of sensory celebrity too. Although we could talk about sharks, where biting and ripping and tearing and, you know, you've got to be a shark to swim with the sharks. Unless you're one of those suckerfish who sticks on the bottom and just sucks it all up. One or the other. Alright, sharks, you say. Alright. I'm somewhat of an independent creator myself. There's a kind of shark swimming around here. The captain. He's getting on my nerves. Got anything on him? Of course! I mean, I did film the guy beating up a medibot. Question is, though, why should I give it to you? Well, I mean, look. Oh. Say you're also a filmmaker. I don't know that that's going to help me. I could invoke the law, but I don't really want to piss this guy off with the mind influencer thing either. And you think you're going to pass out. Well, I thank you for being here. You enjoy your time there. You have good sleeps, or whatever else it is that you're going to be doing. Unconsciousness states. I will keep going here for the next half an hour or so. Possibly I might finish this area. At which point we will transition to a new one. I don't know, but you'll have fun. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate you. We're going to go with Vox Populi. I think that probably means he's less likely to give me a thing. I'm in the industry too. I like bring the truth to people, regardless of consequences. You might tarnish your name with this recording. I won't care. I remember the one time that saved one of my actors. You're completely right. Here's the video. Cool. Alright. So now I have compromising video on Captain Balustrades. Well, it's not Balustrades. That's what I called it. Alright, I'm going to take a very, very quick break. 20 seconds or so, as I have an exciting drink. You don't need to hear that. I mean, I called it an exciting drink. It's water from the tap. It's not exciting in the slightest. It's very, very boring. But you know, gotta stay hydrated. Alright, Mac, tell me about stuff. It was a gynoid. A humanoid resembling a woman. Green lips and green makeup. It's hard to say if it was real or illusory. Looks like she was posing for a micro camera. I couldn't see the device, so I couldn't say for sure. Her mechanical face expressed seductive contemplation as she arched and curved her figure. Let's not ask if she's a robot. That seems kind of invasive, and if she's not a robot, if she is a Zonet or a Mobrium or something. Not a gen skin. But yeah, I mean, that might be bad to miss. I was going to say it might be bad to misgender her, which, you know, might be what they are. I'm not sure. I might call him Atreides at some point and just reference Dune for no reason. That might be right. Alright, what do you know about Ken's death? I'm here because of that guy's death over there. Did you see? Do you know anything? No, Martin told me something cool was happening in Low City, that I could do research for my role, so we came. Poor guy was already dead. Alright. Tell me about the Outranges. What do you think about them? Interesting question. Until now, I thought they were nature-loving simpletons that hated technology. But get this. The famous troublemaker, Rama Matan of Sydneyland, is one of them. That guy knows how to party. See for yourself. She blinked her metallic eyelids and sent me a link to an article. Alright. Who are you? Alright, yeah, I thought I was getting something, but I didn't get it. Scandal at the Matans. Speaking of Australian millionaires, did you hear the news about the Matans? I didn't, tell me. The youngest, you know, Rama. A well-known mischief... Oh, that goes to the dark web article. I was going to say, what's it going to link to? What I missed if you make it that one. He's only biologically... What I missed here. He's only young biologically, though. He got himself a BLB recently. Oh, yes. Yes, I know. Not a BLB, a Mobrium. They stopped reproducing to protect themselves against losing their fortune. Anyway, picture this. They threw a party at the High Sky Spheres. Largest and latest in Sydneyland, obviously. And wholly owned by the Matans. God, I'd love to marry one of them. Hang on. The party, right? Drones flying around. Champagne for 3,000 credits a bottle. Creme de la creme. An opera singer. What was her name? Sophia Turnberg? Yes, her. I mean, I've got to break in here for a second and just say 3,000 credits for a bottle of champagne. Okay, that's great. Fine. That's an expensive priced champagne, but how do you know? I mean, why didn't you say which kind of champagne it was, rather than saying it was a champagne for 3,000 credits a bottle? Because I'm sure that when they were serving the champagne, it didn't have a giant label on the outside that said 3,000 credits a bottle. Still. I mean, and if you had just said champagne, that would have, said, hey, this is a high price place. Anyway, so she's hovering around ATG stage like a dream, music, the applause and everything. You have the frames made of actual gold flying around displaying masterpieces of that painter. Shoot, what was his name? What's it with me and names today? Me and names always, man. Emmanuel Rex? That's it. His art's a bit unsettling, right? It looks like realities passing through each other. It was actually a charity orphan. I think they raised money for extending the ABB barriers to the areas belonging to Arab Aborigines or something. They actually flooded quite a lot of land there, Right. Now, listen to this. One of the drones had poured champagne was actually controlled by a Raveler. He's quite tech-savvy. It looked like the machine was flying around pouring drinks, but it was taking photos and recording the unsuspecting guests. God. And the son of a gun put it on all the screens at one point. Suddenly the audience sees Mrs. Tunberg's terrible armpit wrinkle, because, she's natural and doesn't do plastic surgery, with a caption that says, gross. No! And Mr. Rex's ear wrinkles, because artists often do, want to age with dignity. With his words, you've got to be kidding me. The Matans are idiots. They know as much about art as Aborigines do about astronomy. He said that? Seriously? Seriously. But that's not all. Lady Hamilton, she was there too. Sure she was. Sneaky bastard Rami recorded her too. First he zoomed in on her nose hair, and then showed what she'd said. What do you think? When would that old fool realise that Tudger's cheating on him? Wait, but Tudger is the wife of Rama's father, Romulus, right? And she's cheating on him? According to Lady Hamilton, she is. Alright. And then those are just 3 of some 20 tasty bits which Rama treated his guests. He managed to turn everyone against each other. Then, Delia Matan, the family's matriarch in charge of the Empire's assets and liabilities, told his grandson to, wait for it, how did she put it? Well, the woman basically banished and disinherited him. She said that he had to spend 10 years living like a low-city commoner, deprived of luxuries and exposed to dangers and hardship, or else he'd lose all claim to the fortune. Then she banished him from Australia. Oh man, and if he lasts 10 years, then he'll come back into her favour. And you do realise what 10 years without luxuries will mean to a dandy like him. Jokes from Down Under, even. Host, Greta Ham. Guest, Julia von Sydow. Alright, well, I mean, that explains why he hates his father's mother. Reason unknown. I mean, you could just look at the gossip section and you would know the reason. Still, there we go. Interesting stuff. Model Mac. You don't know me? How embarrassing. Mac 4, actress, and first model to pose in a Mobrium. I thought my fame was... Never mind. I mean, I'm a sensory celebrity. I should know you. I'm getting ready for my role. We'll be reenacting the story of Tancred, one of the Greens. I hope I do well. Alright, I'm going to ask if you're a robot. I don't like it, and I don't think you are. I don't mean to offend, but I honestly don't know if I'm talking to a robot or a woman using a Mobrium, so could you... Excuse me? I am human. My brain is sitting in the belly of this beautiful Mobrium. I understand your confusion. This one's a Pershell. They're made to order. It captures my real features. Cool, right? Alright. I mean, I didn't really learn anything there. I take red. I can't raise or lower your stress to bring out the other people. Hey, you got anything, Sergeant Corn? Nope? Alright. Let's go see if the captain's got something to say. I mean, we found lots of stuff going on. And then maybe we'll look in the trash cans? Or maybe we'll try and get hold of the beacon and see what's going on. I'm gonna save at this point. I mean, I haven't saved a lot, usually. Because I don't want to be able to go backwards and forwards. Alright, okay. Here's the captain. Introduce yourself or show concern. Hi there. I am a Gamedec. My name's Wolfram. Or Woolram, sorry, not Wolf. There's no Wolf. There's no F in it. There's no F in me. That's what we need, a Gamedec. Who let you in? Regulations. I'm a Gamedec. I have a right to be here. If you have any dates, check against the regulations. Who doesn't love losing control of the situation? Wonderful feeling. Hey, look, I'm not here to take over the situation. I'm just here to help out and find the thing. He was my friend too. Alright. Right, so... Family. Service. Oh. Alright, that's interesting. Right, what do you know about Ken's death? How did Ken die? However terrible it may sound, it seems some MCC beacon mistook him for a kind of bat and fired at him. I mean, we've seen the footage. Can we not show anybody this footage and say, look, you came up and shot him? No? That's whether you're sabotaging the investigation. Can we have access to the drone? I may need access to your drone. I need to access your drone. Do you now? And I need to access an anti-gravity shower and some good tea. You know what, Gamedec? I won't get either. Ken is somebody's son too, or that you should take your duty seriously. Oh, okay, so we're going to move towards family or service. Ken is somebody's son. See this body sucking this eye work? He had parents, you know. What would you say to his mother? That you'd like some good tea? I don't know what I would say. I'm not bothered with guild troops. She isn't here, is she? What does that say about her? What's your conflict with Pax? This doctor seem to hate each other. You think so? Where did you get this from? Yeah, I'll mention my sources. I'm an infotainer. I know everything. Don't ask for details, but I have my sources. I know things. I don't need to witness an argument to know what happened. Yo! Yeah, nodded. It seemed that keeping my sources anonymous made an impression on him. Max and I have a history. It's not one with a happy end. I'd rather he left. Why should Pax leave? Why do I want Dr. Pax to leave? It brings back some painful memories. Okay. So, Pax, what happened? It was a little over a year ago. Our unit was on patrol beside the APB. My husband, Michael, was with us. What many dangerous species in that area? Well, except for insects. They're everywhere. Michael? Gadfly bit his neck. Hypoderma bovis toxica. It got really swollen, so we quickly evacuated. Then an ambulance arrived. Pax was in it. He was arrogant and confident. All said it was wasn't a gadfly, but a Brazilian wandering spider that lost its fucking pedipalp. Let's just keep listening. Despite our protest, Pax ordered decapitation to save Michael's life. He lost his body because of that moron. Now he's involuntary zonet. Keeping his head alive costs a fortune, and we can't afford to regenerate his whole body. It's too expensive. One decision, unsupported by any evidence, this prick turned our life into a nightmare. So yeah. This is our history, my friend. No happy ending for me. And then we, and see our way out. Well, never mind. Hey, I'm going to offer you assistance as well. You? How could you do that? Well, I'm a glazier. I could offer up my technicals. Well, that would get rid of the AI. Alright, yeah. Used to be a glazer. Glazier? I mean, that just sounds like somebody who cleans windows. Or puts them in. Pretty skilled when it comes to technology. Interesting, but no, you can't help me. Looked to the side and I saw red neon light reflecting in his eyes. By the way, on a completely unrelated note, the Medibot's hanging around. It pisses me off. I'd be over the moon if it finally broke. Huh. I've no idea why I just said that. Alright, okay. I don't really want to destroy the Medbot. I don't want to provoke you into a fight. Are you sabotaging the investigation? Sorry, Captain. Shouldn't the Outranges try to divert suspicion away from the beacon? What are you implying? Yeah, I'm just going to outright accuse you. Screw you. I think you're deliberately taking the case in a strange direction. That's a serious accusation. You shouldn't make that without strong proof. And I assume you don't have any. You're being blackmailed. Someone's blackmailing you. It's the only rational explanation, except it's not. He gave me a harsh look and opened his mouth to say something, but he stopped, grunted, and rubbed his eyes, as if deflated. By all mutations, I'm so tired. Tell me who's blackmailing you? Who's doing it? Why do they want to blame the Outranges? Leave it, girl, I'm not telling you. Alright. Well, I haven't done very well on this, have I? And that Bax guy. Oh, I got nothing to say about that Bax guy. Alright. Well, damn. This is just more... It's just... No, I don't need to check out the offer. Hey, you... Alright, okay. Hey, that's only got 2 batteries. I don't want to damage it. I'm gonna have to quit. There's a conflict with the captain. Tell him how you've helped him. Yeah, alright. Looks like we're gonna... And I've obtained some material that will solve your problems. Great, I'm in your deck, Gamedec. I don't know why I would need access to the Medibot. I'd like to use your Medibot. I should ask what you need it for. But truth be told, I don't give a shit. Because we helped. Oh, you weren't? You're authorized. Great. I don't really want it. Oh. I can bombard Tancred with information. Oh, I can change his, yes. Right. That's how you change his, mood. That's right. Alright, yeah, again, I'm saving because... This... I don't know. I don't know why. Alright, we're gonna hack you. We're gonna go into Tank Junior. Medbot frequency, reset it, I had to overload its systems. Okay, to do that I needed adequate network resources. We're gonna go for system takeover if we can. I'd rather not system overload. I'd like to know what was going on that damaged bot. So... I don't have admins. So, let's look for defense systems first of all. Yeah, someone would have noticed my tinkering if I used a low-level device. Oh. I hope I've done everything right. At this point, it seems so. Alright, let's check the encryption protocols. I'm sure I set the encryption right. The MCC beacon used the KTS protocol. Alright, let's use private resources. Connected to the apartment and open a list of available devices. I could use the processing power to mount the attack. Oh. Alright, Servobot, I'm afraid you're going down. Since then, all the processing commands served only one goal, sending signals to my target. I waited impatiently. I overloaded the system, my own system, unfortunately. I need to find more resources and higher processing power. I thought the city realistic system network had to gain access to it. Gather information on city realistic systems. Hey. Hey, tell me about realistic. Do you know anything about realistic systems? They're like the Matrix, you know? They surround us, just kidding, but not really seriously though. It's complicated and I'm afraid I'll mix it up. Lots of encrypting protocols. I'm not going to teach you to hack. Take this address. It's written all down, but you didn't get it from me. Okay. KGS, NCP, NCP, PPs, PPS, NCP, advertising, KGS protocols. Alright. Hey, you know about drones. Enough of the rammy stuff. Okay, I'm hanging out, but on duty. See what it's like. Bye. Oh. You're nothing. Hmm. No, none of those things. Can I... No, none of those things. No, none of those things. Okay, what about realistic systems over here? Can I learn anything from the tourist terminal? There we go. What are municipal realistic systems? I'm sending the official stat. Upload error, unauthorized material detected. Please leave it. Please, well, whatever. I did a thing. Protocols, kind of knowledge, obviously, but since it scares people, it's not officially mentioned. We're all connected by a network. The less we use the things that are around us, everything talks to us. Talks to each other, transmits information. Nothing remains in a vacuum. Walk-tails, drones, and even street lamps. So to make sure the administrators of the nest don't screw up and continue to keep everything in check, 3 data encryption protocols have been created. In theory, they make hacking devices more difficult, but not really. These protocols derive from one language, because everything is based on Qi-Tong. And pros discovered a simple thing. If you're using the resources of an object using protocol A, you're putting a strain system of devices working on protocol B. Use B, you put a strain on C. If you use C, you dump it on A. It sounds amazing, but that's exactly how it works. I mean, it's not simple, because to hack a specific device, you need to know the code name, which is a completely different matter. So without that knowledge, the aforementioned tip is pretty useless. However, it's useful to know the following. NCP has a negative effect on the PPS protocols. KGS protocols has a negative effect on the NCP protocols. PPS has a negative effect on the KGC. We want the KGC stuff because we want to look at the beacons. So I'll give you an example. If you want to hack a device that runs on the NCP protocols, first you must get a device that runs the KGC. Well done. Of course, as stated above, you choose which device you want to affect. It won't help you at all, as code names are a complex matter, but if you're smart, you'll find a way to work with what I just gave you. Hacking for real, Chapter 4, Reistics. Or Chapter, Reistics. Okay, 2 pieces of information. You gonna tell me anything? Nope. Alright, maybe I should do something with your... Check tech specs? No, we've seen that. We've got the name. We checked the gun registry, only one thing had fired. I don't want to remove the battery. I don't know who else. Do you know something about realistic systems? No. Do you know something about realistic systems? No. Oh. Hey. No, I looked at this already, didn't I? I can take control of it. Can you scan or do things with the bots? No? Alright. Leave the drone then. Nothing in there. I mean, I only found 2... Oh, you guys might have something. Do you know anything about realistic systems? No? Do you happen to know anything about realistic systems? Huh. Alright, Tancred. Looks like I need to talk to you. So, advertising Joan, I will bombard you with positive sets. Now, I did that several times. So I think your mood will be totally positive now, right? Oh no, it's all that. Boom, fucking teleportation, here I am. What the fuck did you do? Oh, otherwise, shut up, you pissed me off. Alright, so I need to... Fabio and Behemoth, so I want to reset you to neutral. So positive is down. I think doing 2 negative sets there. Yes. Hey there. Ask about Ken's death. How do you think Ken died? I don't know. It wasn't the beacon. The cat may know something. He's got access to part of my psyche from which I'm currently separated. Alright. Can I have access to the beacon? Is that okay? FCC beacons are serious gear. Scanners, weapons, AI. You have to be authorized to tinker with them. Alright. But nothing about heuristic systems. I mean, maybe I don't need the other 2 pieces of information and I can try again. I didn't know about Jack about heuristic systems. I had to brush up on my skills. I've already done that. Alright. Alright, looks like I'm using negative sets of information to get a cat. Behemoth is a cat, I remember that much. No? Yeah, there we go. Semi-transparent cat appeared on the Mobrium's feet, started licking its paws. It had to be yet another projection. Hello there, why, my wonderful weather we've been having. You haven't been introduced, have we yet? I'm Behemoth, and you are asking about Ken's death. I was told you know something about Ken's death, is that right? My friend, if you come here for favours with a drop of booze or any respect for the rules of quid pro quo, how rude. I think you're a reasonable person, someone who could help Tankred with my assistance. For that we need a function key from his Mobrium. If you were to stumble upon it, I'd bring it back, I'd be grateful. I mean, Tankred would be grateful. Okay, what is that? And, excuse me. All done sneezing? Where can I find it? Maybe it's in one of the compartments on the Mobrium. I'm not sure, you see. I don't have access to that part of her mind. I only know she doesn't have it on her. She must have lost it or something. She looked up forward and looked at me, turned her head, and her pupil dilated. In that moment, it reminded me of a small, helpless kitten. Oh. Do you know anything about Tankred? 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 I don't suppose you know anything about heuristic systems. No. Do you know anything about Tankred? Can you tell me something about the girl in the large Mobrium, Tankred Brute? Ah, the Emperor's Tankred. She rescued some rangers and part of a patrol in the ABB. She paid an awful price. Now she's a legend. She only put in a Mobrium recently. She shouldn't be on duty, but firstly they're making a horror movie about her, and secondly, she wanted to be. She has therapeutic programs that sort of take over communication if she becomes too stressed or relaxed. Supposedly, it's to hasten her recovery. I'm looking for Tankred's function key. Yeah, what for? The cat wants it. I was talking to this cat. She needs it to help with her finish therapy. That cat, Behemoth, is a liar. Don't believe anything he says. If you ask for the keys, I won't give it to you. No way. Oh, and you have the key. Street Hound and Re-Educator can both get it. Oh wait, aren't Street Hound and Re-Educator down the same path? No. I mean, they're on the same thing. No, still can't. What did we get? Technology, Mobriums, Gossip. How many Mobriums have you seen? 10, 15, maybe 20. Friends in Mobriums? No. Mobriums normally have vegetative software, just like humans. Outranges has a menu set of inside. Can't ask Mikey what questions. Function key is a backup tool, you know, in case the internal menu ever fails. It's more of a hardware based than software based. Generally, most Mobriums don't use them. Some don't even know they have them. They never take them out of their thigh compartments. She has always send you 2 spares just in case. So do you use them? In 2 scenarios, first your internal menus don't work, you insert the key in the slot and restore or fix whatever you need. Second, your Mobrium jams, breaks or freezes. That can happen. Anything can happen. In such case, your friend takes the keys from the thigh compartment, inserts it, performs a reset, and that's it. You're good. Back up. Alright. Maybe it's in the thigh compartment? No. That's your last cigarette, you're saying, is it? I can't do anything there. Well, hard tank head with information. Let's use the negative shit set. Let's do it twice. If I've done that right, if I understand what I'm doing, that should have reset you to 0. Oh no. I should have used the positive set because, of course, yes, positive and negative are the wrong way round. Okay, so you are at 0, but you've got nothing to say. What did I see over here? Graffiti? Sidewalk graffiti is not a common sight. It's one made with permanent paint, so the colour stayed vivid despite attempts at heavy cleaning. Hey! Analyze it. Can you record a... I don't know, something. Alright, let's look for access. In places such as this, so-called harmonic oscillations, certain waves are close to 0. They're the gate. Sounds like magic, but as old man Clark used to say... Oh, sounds like... Yeah, as old man Clark used to say, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Gain access to devices connected to the heuristic sequence network. Bizarre names. Okay, tell me about heuristic systems. Check the location. Gathered info. I was on level 47. Okay. Heuristic systems. Look for code names. Code names had to be a way. Look for. There had to be a way to identify them. Alright. Look for drones. Figure out how to hack devices. Issue some commands and the system displayed all surveillance drones within its range. Nice. Rami, Padalon, Outranger. Cool. And Cracker, Rami. It probably belonged to Rammer. Okay. Take a closer look. Under a large inscription that said analyze it, there's a smaller one. The end of the iteration is near. That's not one that doesn't say. Was it? Really? That's not what that says. Okay, thanks. Can you afford a BEE Belzer? That looks like BEEL BER. Belva? I don't know what that is. I'm probably reading it wrong, but hey, there we go. What have we got with technologies? Multiple heuristic systems. Codenames. 47 is the Undercity. Letters. LMP is lamps. Info alias. Hollow screens. Tents. Intel's. Neos. Medibots. Well, we already knew it. Okay, walkways. Surveillance drones. Advertising drones. Standing boasters, anti-gravity generators. Anti-gravity generators? Oh, mutation control centers. Link operator, unknown users, device operator codes. Okay, so we know a few different bits and pieces. And a locator, you're on the 47th level. Yep, we know that. And Relium, Warsaw City, dark web stuff. War driving. That is everywhere, unlike bad old days. War driving is no longer a synonym for searching for a signal. Actually, used to be places where you couldn't find one. Today, war driving means looking for holes in the net. And there are holes. realistically defined places in Relium. How come? Excuse me. Well, people like to imagine the net is like an ocean, a smooth or slightly wavy surface, one giant reservoir. That is not the case. It's made up of millions of tiny overlapping bubbles or watery spheres. Spheres are generated by millions of devices that together create a net. Most of these devices are fully synchronized with each other, hence the illusion of a smooth surface. There are, however, bubbles that interfere with each other, causing a kind of harmonic vibration that leads to cyclical desynchronization. This is if you observe the water from the shore and realize that they continuously grow in height to, let's say, the ninth wave, which is disproportionately large. Then comes the 10th one, hilariously small. Then you notice that the following waves get bigger again up to the ninth one. That's what happens in these places. Every 10th wave is different, desynchronized. They have weak spots that you can easily crack to enter the net and start messing around. War drivers mark them with signs, usually on walkways. In the bad old days, they'd use chalk. They called it war chalking. But it's too easy to wash off. Nowadays, they have specialized paints, bright, distinctive, and durable, so the pros can recognize them. If you want access to the net, that's what you should look for. Nightmare. Alright. Well, now we know all of these things. We'll pause for another second, and then we'll hack the Glacier unit. I know what I said. What I meant to say was hack the unit as a Glacier. It is not a Glacier unit. Still, there we go. Let's hack it. Realistic system admin credentials help too. I don't have the admin, but we want Tank Junior. I entered the name and got the Medibox frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems. No! No! Stop hacking! Civilians can't mess around with beacons. Yes, we can. Particularly if we mess with you. So, I want to bombard you with positive sets. Do that twice. Thanks a lot. And then I can look at the damage beacon. And I check the tech specs. No, I check the name, sorry. Tank Junior. 044 MCC 723 627 Tank Junior. So I hack it. MCC, yeah, that's what I want. I had the right name. I scoured the data in search of the signal that fit the beacon. If you caught my eye, that one. I entered the name and got the Medibot frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems. To do that, I needed adequate network resources. Well, that's not what... Alright, okay. First of all, let's look for defense systems. That's how one knows my tinkering. Have I done everything right? At that point, it seems so. Then I check the encryption protocol. CC programmed to use the KGS protocol. Yeah. So I use the city network resources. Filtered by device type. I need... realistic... There we go. I need... Right. You use KGB. Is it world? No, okay. Why you keep jumping up and down like that? No. What is up with you? Types of controls? No. I need another type of thing. It's not dual mark sound. It's not AI. Anti-G. It's not Orcas. Chitong. No, that's how you get in and out of places. That's external uterus. It's not gaming chemicals. It's not holomen. It's not holopics. It's not ilgens. No, it's not media. MCC beacons. You use KGS stuff. There's not stuff about Mobriums. Alright, there's the names of the stuff. No, this is what. No. Okay. Poster hacking. Is it types of control? No, because I looked at that already. Where is that information that I found? Alright, okay. Okay, let's leave. It's gonna reset. Okay, I'm gonna save. Because I know I have found that information. Even if I can't see it. So, here we go. We're gonna go through this. You. Thank you. Look for defense systems. Find them. Check the encryption protocols. Use city networks. Filter by location. 47. That's us. Alright. Lamps. Sad things. Lamps again. System. No, they're not him. Screw you, hacker. Rami, that's Rami's drone. Is that Rami's drone as well? That completely unlocked. Okay, great. Must have broken something because it can no longer be accessed. Also, well, alright. So I want to access this one. Yeah, did I do it? Yeah, the beacon's in standby mode is only using its basic systems. No! For the Rami stuff, okay, I'll hang out. No, that's not what I... Did I destroy the Medibot there? Hey, yeah, I'm just running over your grab seat, don't worry. That is not what I wanted to do in the slightest. That is also not what I thought it said I was doing. I mean, it came up with the medbot, but that's not the name of the medbot. So if I hack it... Tank Junior is not... Right, okay, so... I instantly got the medbot's frequency. To reset it, I had to overload its systems. I'm gonna improvise. Wow. Master broken, so it can no longer be accessed. That's not what I wanted to do in the slightest. Alright, okay, well... Alright, we're going to load that up because I don't want to destroy that thing. That is not the thing that I want to do. I guess that is just how to hack the Medibot. I don't want to hack the Medibot. I mean, alright. No, let's leave. Let's make deductions. Alright, screw Captain. Deductions. Okay, the MCC bacon hypothesis. The anti-G harness doesn't work anymore. I think it's nonsense. I don't know. Somebody did not use the beacon. Somebody used the beacon to kill him. Beacons aren't stupid. They don't shoot people. But something couldn't use the murder one. Oh, why does it go to another one? Accident. Gun was flying around using anti-G harness. First high, then crash. No. The fall was the cause of death. I don't think it was either of those things. The shot was fired after Ken's death. Yeah. Okay. Shot was fired after Ken's death. Got no data on what that could be at all. Alright. The fall was the cause of death. And the MCC beacon was... It's nonsense. Nobody did anything because there was no shot fired, nothing happened. Alright. So now, have I got a new deduction path, have I? How did Ken die? The beacon didn't shoot Ken. The shot was fired after Ken's death. The fall was the cause of death. So it wasn't an accident. Somebody shot Ken. The MCC beacon was on his smoke screen. I don't know. Ken was killed with a weapon from a game. In case there's too many holes and contradictory leads, I cannot say for sure how the boy died. He died from a fall. I mean, that is ridiculous to think it was a weapon from the game. Why am I running? Alright, well I've saved, so I mean, alright, let's just do this again. Alright, so we'll do tank, we'll do continue, we'll improvise, which should get me a load of stuff. No, use city network. No, I don't use city networks. I'll go back. Check the encryption group. Just do that. That will, yeah? I must have broken something I can no longer access, or so I thought. The device still worked, it must have hacked another beacon. Yeah, well I'm not trying to hack that beacon. Alright, so... Oh, I have a new clue? What? Oh my god. Kim skill with a weapon from a game inside a game, that's crazy. For a moment I saw something weird on Ken's arm, it's like a magical wound. Alright, back, we can switch in from Ken's back. I couldn't find the LGN that's generating this illusion. Oh, well... Okay, I have absolutely no idea what is going on there. I don't know why you keep trying to get me to crash this thing. Okay, so I can crash this beacon, but I don't want to crash this beacon. Why would I want to crash this boy here? Alright, take control of the medbot. Thank you. Do I now have a new deduction? No, so what triggered the new deduction? Hey, scan Ken's body, medbot. can I, if I do this, I can perform surgery using the medbot? Oh, okay, so he needs more energy. Alright, because I checked. Can you get energy from here? No. Can you get... I mean... Can I have both of them? Oh no, I can't. Leave that drone. You follow me. Can I steal your battery? Charge the battery using the beacon's power cell. Cool. Alright, so now we should be able to perform all kinds of things on here. Conduct a blood test. He said the voucher had congealed, but the drawn was being analysed. I need to check the results when they were ready. Alright, conduct a brain scan. The device reported the procedure was successful. I looked at the data. I had no idea what the abbreviations and numbers meant. Something was above normal, something below, but what, why? Well, we'll ask the doc. Perform a bone scan. He looked normal, no visible fractures. So he didn't die from the fall? Take a brain sample. The metallic tentacles after a moment heard a quite high-pitched sound of a drill. Medbot. Tentacles light out of a dead man nose. Process it within disinfectant moment. Tucked inside the infection. Now initiate disinfect. The order cannot be executed. Insufficient energy level. Oh, okay. No sign of fall damage. What the f... What happened here then? Hey, have your Oh, hey. I bet you can disinfect the sticky bin. Hey, Doc. What's the next way? What's this? No psycho substances and devitalization. It's a typical scan of someone lying on a couch while they're in game. Okay, so who is in game? Oh, we. You don't look well. Are you all right? I feel excellent for a guy who seems to be resolute. So you're dying. You're dying? I fire up the engines in 3 now and then I'll fly away. Too bad Gyra isn't the destination. Assuming the diagnosis is correct. It probably is. So, what's wrong with you? Stem cell cancer, no cure. Believe me, I'm a doctor. You sure? BLB is the only thing that could help me. I can't afford it. Too many debts, and I'm tired. Alright. Strange for ancient testing. His body was devitalized. No trace of psychoactive substance. This hypothesis makes no sense. Ken has wings but no wheelchair. His brain was vitalized. So he was in a game? It was weird on something like a magical wound and Ken was killed with a weapon from a game. This is... I have no clue what is going on there then. Hey Captain. Inquire about Pax. Tell him Pax is dying. I don't understand. No, well, we know him for it. He can't afford it. He's truly going to die. Alright, I forgive my sins. Oh, wow. We unlocked service. What's that? That's 2 Gamedec. Forgive me, everyone was weird. Alright. You got anything else to tell me? No? Alright. I mean, I already gave you information. I mean, I can cause you to crash, but I don't know why I would want you to crash. I'm not going to do it just because I can do it. Alright, I'm going to make a new deduction then. Because this is... This is crazy. Alright, I'm going to go with the crazy idea, because I have believed that I am in a game. The shot was fired after Ken's death. The hypothesis makes no sense because he's got no crash marks on him. And this hypothesis is nonsense as well. So this is crazy. How did Ken die? The Beacon didn't shoot Ken. The shot was fired after Ken's death. Ken didn't die from a bullet. Ken was killed from a weapon or a game. Or he died inside a game. I mean, I don't know. Gather more information to unlock this part. Ken was killed from a weapon from a game. Yeah, this is completely ridiculous. Perform a psychoscan. I've got no data on these. The woman had a keen look and a mischievous smile. She came over and her smile widened. I hear you. I've been looking all over for you. Sorry I took so long. Excuse me, where are my manners? Senior Specialist Haru. I'm the insurer of the deceased. Okay. Where were you? What are you doing here? My self-crime scene is a small area. Where were you and why you couldn't find me? Did you know that we look at the body's molecules, questions like where or when begin to lose their meaning? Interesting, isn't it? Either way, I'm sure you already found your answer, but they may be incomplete, but you should probably check Ken's psychoscan, don't you think? So I happen to have it right here. First thing I did when I got here. I want to give it to you. Let's call it a reward. Just sign the paperwork and you can go home. Psychoscans. Psychoscans differ in quality and use. Deep psychoscans, structure of the brain, perform a Rendan. Security psychoscans. The scan is superficial and performed to confirm or refute the identity of a person. Virtual psychoscan, if he ghost of a person. The procedure takes much longer than a standard psychoscan. It requires the consent of the scanned person, and also asking a series of questions as well as putting them in a series of emotional states. V-psychoscan is performed by companies specializing in producing V-ghosts. V-psychoscans can be performed on a deceased person shortly after their demise, but the V-ghost will never be as faithful to the original as when scanning a living person. All other kinds of psychoscans are allowed to create highly flawed forms of V-ghosts. Medical ones are performed by medbots, advertising ones, and military ones. Okay. Vargas battery. Anti-G technology. Subject of speculation. X-rays with batteries. Nuclear fusion. Fission. Okay. And Gaia in the Relium. Gossip. Somebody who emigrated from Gaia to here. 19 years from light. She emigrated to Gaia. There's no policies. Where do they live? They live huge towers. Wow. And there's only one kind of ship that flies there. That's weird. Okay, and what do we got from deductions here? Nothing. Alright, no, I'm going to refuse to sign your stuff. I'm not signing anything. Ah, that's a pity. I understand you may wish to acquire a scan on your own. In that case, you should try your luck with a drone, Medibot, or this advertising shit. Suggest you hurry. And in case you have any problems or change your mind, remember that my office still stands. Feel free to come back. Alright, well this feels like we're embarking on another part that I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I can still destroy the Medibot, or I can obtain Ken's psychoscan. But I think this is where we're going to leave it for today, because I am confused as hell as what is going on here. Who knows what is going on? Alright, well, tomorrow thank you all. I mean, I really don't know what is going on. And I'm going to say that again. Let's get a save. Let's get a new save for this, though. Alright, there we go. Save number 15. Fallen Hero. Alright. So, thank you all so very much for coming here. Well, I do appreciate each and every one of you, whether live and in person or later on the VOD. The fact that you spend some of your limited time here with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. We will be back tomorrow at the usual time. But as tomorrow is the start of October, I can be doing Spooky Scary Month. Now, right now, I'm not sure what that entails. There are lots of games that I have that might fit into that genre. Things with zombies, or with vampires, or werewolves, or stuff, but I don't know which one I'm going to pick right now. I have to double check and see which ones will actually run and work with OBS. I haven't checked them all out yet. On the shortlist at the moment, I will say this. I've got a bunch of the Vampire the Masquerade Choose Your Own Adventure ones, and I think they're going to go into the Tuesday and Sunday slots. Although we might continue with Gamedec and do that, because I don't want to drop this for a month and come back. We might alternate. We might do, like, Tuesdays are going to be Gamedec, and then Sundays are going to be looking at one of the Choose Your Own Adventure Vampire Masquerade stuff. And then for the regular series that will be going on during the weekdays, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, we have choices. We might do a little bit of each. I have Days Gone, which I'd like to take a look at, which is zombies, but you're on a bike, and it's kind of open world, and you're dealing with humans and stuff. There are swarms. Not sure it really fits in with the horror theme so much as it's an open world action-y type game. There's also Vampire, or Vampire, which I haven't played, but I have seen a playthrough of, which, you know, fits with the idea of horror and, how much do you give in to your animalistic, horrible side? That'd be good. And I also have The Evil Within 2. I don't have 1, I do have 2, and I haven't played it, and that is very much horror orientated, as I understand it. So that is a thing that is on the list as well. And I do have Dying Light, I think, but that is more parkour action as well. I don't think that quite fits in here. So, come back tomorrow and find out what exciting game we are playing. Even I don't know right now, so won't that be a surprise for all of us? But, until the next time, thank you all so very much for coming. I have been Richard, and this has been LMTDTMFFR, or, say it with me now, limited time offer of Vowels. And you all have fun now.